Morning, lovely people. It is Monday, the 5th of December. Happy New Week. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular... Sorry.
Is it me?
Yes, I'm sorry. The home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And as always, the lineup is lit. And I am one of your hosts, your favorite shade queen, my own royalty.
It's just Jean, your fitness queen, representing the Black Queens.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
Period. I love that. That's right. So do you know what was making me laugh here? So basically, Gina had one AirPod in here. It was reminding me of the uncles with the Bluetooth.
Oh, okay. The cab drivers as well,
Yes.
the Bluetooth set.
They love a Bluetooth. They love a damn Bluetooth set. Do you remember when you wanted to send like pictures and like music and you had to literally get your phone
and have it next to each other.
Crazy times.
Yeah. And now
What
you got
times?
AirDrop.
Yeah, people send you stupid stuff on the train sometimes.
That happened
mad.
to me. I was out the other day and
Yeah.
random people just kept trying to send me stuff. And I was like, should I be risky and just accept it to see what
It
they're
could be,
sending me?
girl, it could be a penis you do not
But
want to
that's
see.
why I didn't do it. I just thought, I can't deal with an unwarranted dick pic
No,
right now.
like,
It'll be my fault. So I pressed decline.
Listen, if anyone ever drops me nude, I will be on the train like, whose dick is this?
Some guy on
I will actually do
a
that.
plane, apparently. I think I saw like something where there was a guy on a plane who like, or was it a train? And he kept sending like,
Really?
but he got caught, basically. I think the person next to him or someone caught him. Like,
Really sending it. I would
sending out
definitely
his
shame you.
penis.
Because that's what sex offenders don't like to be shamed. And sometimes you got to shame people. I would be like, whose dick is this?
Yeah.
Brightness up and everything. That's
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, that's what people do. This is what people are doing. It's actually crazy.
Do you know what? Sorry, I just had a flashback here. Some guy sent me a catalogue of dick pics.
A
on Instagram.
catalogue?
Bro, do you remember?
Yeah.
No, it was a catalogue. He sent 27 images.
20.
27. We counted.
Was it his dick?
Yes. From different angles.
Different angles?
It was so... You know what made me laugh? Where's Yusuf? Because Yusuf said something like, finish me.
I didn't count, by the way.
No, he did. One of the
Tongue slip.
angles, Yusuf was like, I can relate. It was what? So funny.
The hell?
Oh, can
What
I
in
tell
the
you
hell?
what was really funny though, right? Sorry, but his hair was so
That's it.
coarse. Like his
That's
his
it.
pubes was so... I wanted to get a comb. Like it was really annoying me, the pepper
Ew.
brain. It was... Oh, no, honestly.
Do you know? Okay, I was gonna say dicks when you're sober is not nice, but dicks as I don't know why
They're not attractive.
They're not
I'm so sorry.
nice.
They're not.
You can't just send it to people unprovoked. They're not nice to look
No.
at.
I don't agree. Yeah.
Or not off. Yeah, when it's not the right setting. Damn it, man. How's everyone's weekend? Let's bring it back.
It's all right. I literally stayed in my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was feeling a bit rough, so I thought, let me be
Okay,
mature
yeah.
and listen to my body.
Not
and-
mature.
Not mature and not pick enjoyment with the help. And I didn't go anywhere. I had like 3 different motives to go to. Friday,
Oh
Saturday,
yeah, I
Sunday.
thought I see you yesterday.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
did the mature thing,
Oh wow.
and I was just like, do I go? I'm not feeling great. Do I go and feel worse, or do I
Yeah.
just stay in my house?
Yeah,
I
and
just
try and feel
literally-
better.
And I binged on Wednesday. Have you
What
seen
happened
Wednesday?
yesterday?
Sid's birthday.
Oh yes, big up Sid. I was like binged on Wednesday. It was Sunday. But what do you
No,
mean? Is
it's
that
a
a show?
It's a show on Netflix.
What's
you
it
know
about?
You know the Addams Family?
Oh no, I
Did
don't
you
know.
ever watch that?
No, it scares me.
Really?
Yeah, man. Why is that floating hand and stuff? Oh, it's
Oh,
making me
you
itch.
five.
I talk about it. No, there's certain things, the same cartoon I never watched because it scared
Really?
me.
Okay, so
that Courage the Cowardly Dog.
You didn't watch Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Child.
How is that?
Cartoon Network.
That purple
It's like a
dog.
purple dog, but it is a bit
with
like...
Eustace.
Mm.
Do you know who looks like Eustace?
Who?
Do you know who you look like? You know the dad, the man.
Oh, with the black eyes.
No, with the long chin.
I don't remember.
His name was Eustace, wasn't it? Yeah, it
I
was.
remember.
Used to.
Please Google. Okay, let me actually. You won't go up. I don't know. The Courage the Cowardly Dog. The man. Yeah. Do you know who looks like him today? The Spac Nation pastor.
Oh my gosh, Pastor Toby. Now it's making
When you
sense.
see it, you understand what I'm talking. Look,
Now it makes sense.
twins.
Let me see.
It's just it's
Yeah.
written.
I'm done.
Oh, man.
They are twins. First time I ever saw that man, I said, Eustace. And now you know I don't want to go to church. Scary.
I'm done.
But you know, I forgot what I was talking about a second ago.
Wednesday.
Oh yeah, that's it. Okay. So it's
Yeah.
about the Addams family.
So it's about her, Wednesday Addams. She goes to
Okay.
like school. and
Is it
just
human
follows-
beings?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just follows her life, and I really enjoyed it.
Who was she in the? Who
His
was she?
daughter.
Oh, okay. But then is the whole family there?
Yeah, you see them like in different parts and stuff. It's
Even in the
mainly about
hand?
her- Yeah, the hand.
Yikes.
Oh, so it's just a spin-off.
I guess so.
Or like a real life version of
It's
it?
a real life version, and it's all about her really, and just
Okay.
her like her character. Do you know what? it
Oh,
is?
this girl with the forehead. I've seen her online.
I really enjoyed it though.
Actually, it's rich when we
because
talk about
of
foreheads.
how
but-
she is.
Oh, is
like,
it?
her character? Yeah, because she's just. Do you know what it is? She just, you know, those girls who just refuse to fit into like
Oh, yeah, the
social
mold.
constructs.
Yeah,
and
yeah, I love that.
I just love her.
That's my
like,
bag.
Do you know what I mean? She's proper like she refuses to be on social media. She's like
Okay.
16, so she hasn't got a phone. And
Okay.
like we're all like, do you know what I mean? And it's set in like today times. Obviously,
Oh,
because
really?
they've got phones and stuff like that. Like,
I might try and watch it.
but I enjoyed it.
I might try and watch it.
Yeah.
Then again, you didn't think Adam's Family was scary, so.
No, I didn't. To be fair, did you think Stranger Things was scary?
Oh, yeah. What? I tapped out after season 1. Actually, no. To be fair, okay, no. I tapped after season 2 because I said, how many times are we going to do this? Furthermore, why is it always you? You're always the victim, silly little boy. Yeah, I was done.
Then you couldn't watch season 4 then.
Oh,
'Cause
definitely not.
I don't think the first seasons are scary, but season
Really?
4 isn't scary, but it's like it goes very spiritual. And the thing is, one thing about me though, yeah, is I don't do horror films, right?
Yeah.
But I can watch
Like a thriller.
I can watch thrillers, but I can watch what's his name? Not Jason X. I can watch
Jordan Peele.
Jason X. I
Oh.
can watch Michael Myers. I can do killers.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't do spiritual stuff. I can't do Freddy Krueger. I can't do
Oh, yeah.
Exorcist. Anything that's like
Yeah, 'cause you know what it
paranormal.
is?
Mm-mm.
Because I
I'm
used
too
to watch
African for that. I'm so sorry.
I used to watch Queen of the South as well.
So did I.
Then they brought in this devil element. I said, darling.
with the cards.
No, the actual was not El Santo. I guess that's what devil in
Yeah,
Spanish.
El Santo.
But remember there was a
little
whole
horns.
there was a whole spirit she was consulting one time, and then she went to this place.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I'm a head out.
Really? No,
I don't do all of that
if
stuff.
it's
I
like,
can't.
If it's like if it's just a little bit, like if I can't
Yeah.
watch something where
Like a
the whole
sprinkle.
thing is based
Yeah.
on. Something came out on Netflix not too long ago, and it was about Lucifer or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I didn't watch that because it seemed a bit.
It's a contrast to the light that's in me.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, something. I'm quite. Not that I wouldn't say I'm quite scared of things, but I just don't like anything that represents any form of like darkness.
Okay, fine.
I like to protect myself from it, but also I'm a binge watcher as well. So when I watch, because I watch things in such a heavy amount, like at once,
consumes you.
it stays in
your
my
mind.
mind. Because remember when I was binge watching Prison Break? Love Prison Break, by the way. But I started dreaming about Teabag. Teabag was. Do you know how
In your
scary
dreams?
Teabag is?
No, but I started. So Vikings did that to me. Where I started dreaming about like different people. I was but Vikings had me in a chokehold though, so that one is very.
Yeah, see, Prison Break is what I was so committed to, but I said, I took a break. I was like, I'm going to take a month off. Then I'll come back. Because, do you know, Teabag is so scary. I haven't been able to watch him in any other things.
Which one's Teabag? Is he
The one
with
that-
the pocket?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
the paedophile, and the one who cut his arm out, his hand off, so he could eat. Oof. He really was
He's an amazing
scaring
actor, though.
He was sick at what he did.
Yeah.
But don't you think, like, I feel like as an actor, the worst thing I would want to ever do is anything to do with, like, pedophilia. Because that is, like, people
It's a
can't move
stigma,
away
innit?
from that.
Yeah.
Because I can't move away from that. From the fact that this is the role he played. And there's even other actors as well where they've played something, like, abusive or something. And it's just like, not that that's you now, but it just reminds me of you every time I see it. It's just like, yikes.
I hear you.
Stunts your growth.
What happened? This might be a bit of a spoiler for people who care. But what happened at the end of Prison Break?
Oh, spoiler alert. Pause it or skip it because I want to say this because I knew they couldn't get me. So basically, in the first time it came out, she what's it called? So Sarah ended up being imprisoned, right? The
Sarah?
girl,
Okay.
because she helped him escape.
Okay.
Do you remember, like the girl he fell in love with in prison?
I only saw, like, I think the first 2 seasons, maybe.
Okay, Iman, go away, please. It's like it's like 8 seasons of the show.
Do you want to hear a joke though?
The hell?
I watched season 1, and then I watched the last episode of the last season, like, and then
That is
obviously
so uncultured.
they took the very massive long break. Then when they came back,
Yeah.
I watched that season.
Okay, at least you made some kind of progress.
So to be
This man
honest,
out here, you don't even know who Sarah is.
he doesn't know.
And you're out here nodding as I'm talking. Ridiculous.
I thought maybe I did.
You didn't. I could see in your eyes. That's why I was like, something get right. But no, basically he for the woman who helps him escape, the prison woman who works in prison, they get married and whatever and stuff, but then she ends up getting arrested because she committed a crime or something. Because she helped him escape, I guess, so she got caught. But then he then had to help her break out of prison. But then what he did was he broke her out of prison. His brother helped as well. Broke out of prison, and he was like, okay, when I set you free, blah blah, because I had to dig under whatever, just run and just go straight to the car. When she got in the car, his brother was there. He was like the getaway driver. He had a letter for her, and the letter was that basically they both couldn't make it out.
Okay. Yeah.
Someone had to stay, and basically, because I think he had to do something electrical. So if he had let go of it, he would have died. So basically, he died. But I knew they were lying because I said it doesn't make sense. So when they came out with the reboot, I said to them, I knew he wasn't dead.
So
But basically, they came back, but he basically struck a deal to get her to, because there was no way he could actually help her escape. So he had to strike a deal because he was the bigger fish, where he had to sacrifice his life for her.
Oh wow. Okay.
And he had her and the kid visiting graves for years, boy.
That's what's nuts. I remember that. They
had a
did
fake
the whole
burial.
funeral and everything.
Yeah.
So when the reboot came out, I was just like, and then he was in another prison, in another
I
country.
remember the Sucre, that's
Yeah.
it. He was like, oh, Michael's alive. I actually never watched it. I never went back to watch it. I didn't want it to ruin it for me. I said, if this reboot is not good, because it came out around the time where everyone wanted to just rise up and come back with things. And I was like, if this is not good, it's going to ruin it for me.
I'm not gonna lie.
I want to watch it actually.
I don't remember it, which to me means it
wasn't that good.
Impactful in my life, and I remember everything. Show you why.
Yeah. I watch it over the Christmas period actually. I've got a list of things I need to watch over Christmas. I need to watch BMF as well. You've been telling me about it.
Oh, it's sick.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I need to watch
Good.
that.
And the new
watched
season's
it.
coming out soon.
Like, you're so happy to say because you watched that one.
Yeah, the new season's coming out very soon.
Is that one that's got Carisha in it?
What, this season?
In the next season?
I don't know. I don't know if she's in it actually. Maybe.
She's on a show. I think it is that. I think it is
Maybe.
that. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna watch it over the Christmas break. I need to watch the new season of The Crown.
I have not watched any of the. I've heard it's good though.
This season. I heard it's a bit watered down. People are thinking maybe they got to the writers. But I'll watch that as well. I have a few things to watch. I wish I could watch. When's the new season of Power coming out? I need to see what's going on to Tariq.
They're actually taking long.
I
But I
actually
think
missed
it's because isn't 50 Cent changing platforms? I think he's
Oh
moving
yeah,
from
it's not Stars. Yeah, that's
So I
true.
think that's why there's all this palaver. But he
Maybe I put it on Netflix and just call it a day, mate.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, I need to watch that again. Good times. Yeah, what did you get up to? Oh, I met your friend Andre.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the party yesterday.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
He was there.
Yeah, it was.
He was invited.
All right, Brent.
How come?
It's a Monday morning.
He didn't get invited. That's
No,
why.
I did.
No, you didn't.
No, I did.
You didn't. Clearly, you didn't.
No, and I asked for +1 because I'm going to ask Emmanuel if he wants to come along.
Why didn't you come then?
What party is this though? You're talking about?
Oh, Sid.
Okay.
His
Brent
birthday.
wouldn't have gone anyway.
No, I would have.
You didn't go anywhere.
Listen, I was planning to literally ask Emmanuel, but then I'm thinking to
Emmanuel,
myself,
I didn't know whose birthday was. You want us to ask that, Emmanuel?
no. If you see, Emmanuel likes to find himself at motives, right?
This is not true.
Wow. Don't let him do that to you. On a Monday morning,
Emmanuel,
I don't
he's
know why
basically
he's
saying that you're a street rat and you ain't got home.
Can you imagine?
you say you like to be outside. You don't like your home.
What I'm saying.
The heck?
Trying to get him to do something that's vital for me it's a mission. But ask him to come along to a motive. All right, I'm there.
You're out of order.
Can you imagine?
So that's why I was in two minds even asking you
I wouldn't have been
because I wanted to go.
So what, you would have gone and missed the match?
What kind?
Yeah.
England?
Yeah.
But I don't care about England, man.
Yeah, because you were out here
Yeah.
posting clips on
I
TDA.
don't care about England.
Because I was trying to get ready quickly while watching the football match. Then I'm getting a notification talking about Brent's put 2 videos. I said, this man.
I was about to put 5 to be honest, but I was like,
There's a video I need from you. I need the one about the lace stick. The cocaine lace stick. Let me watch it, please. You might make, you can make me collaborate on
I
it.
was actually gonna put little animations of your head popping up and like a Frankfurter with like cocaine.
Ew,
But I
Brent.
was like, nah, that's too much. That's too much.
Let me see what it looks like first. Do it. I don't want to limit you. I don't want to cap your creativity. Do it. Let me see what it looks like. Then I might just approve. I'm walking in a new light these days. So.
Yeah, to be honest, I
You did it, innit?
It's too much work for me though. I don't wanna do it. So you would have gone, Emmanuel? You would have gone?
No.
Ah, it's okay, cool.
Well, that's that then.
Sorry, Sid.
But no, yeah, it was a good party. Happy birthday, Jesse. Men, anyway, never mind.
No, go on.
I was going to say, yeah, like, so basically, yeah, so obviously it was a joint birthday, right? Joint party. So I didn't know, obviously I just went there for Sid, but I didn't know who the other birthday person was. So I was trying to, me and the girls, big up Maxi as well, Maxi was there, Akuya, Roppo. So we're trying to decide who the other birthday person is because you
I'm
can't,
trying to figure it out.
you're trying to figure out because you can't really be at someone's, I don't want to be like, excuse me please. And I
It's
just
your
said, excuse me
birthday.
please, and it's your birthday, I didn't even say happy birthday, do you get me? It's rude. There was a lot of men with main character
Energy.
I didn't know this is how men were moving these days. I didn't know this is how black men were moving these days. I didn't know. So everyone I was like, oh no, you must definitely be the birthday boy. You gotta be the birthday boy.
It was not him.
It wasn't them. No, not even him, them. There was a few main characters. I said, damn. The guys are doing, I guess my movement, so I started a movement as well. And I was here last week. I said that I'm starting a movement for men to step the pussy game up. Yeah.
Okay.
Not as in them getting better pussy, them having better game when it comes to approaching.
How was it yesterday?
It was good. Oh, as in men with their pussy game? I was low. Very low. And I have so much work to do in this movement. A lot of
Really?
work to do. I have a lot to champion.
Okay.
But it was really good vibes. It was really good vibes. DJ was good. And yeah, it was definitely a school night. And a few TDA listeners that were there were reminding me of my commitment in the morning. So
you need to go
it's nice
home.
to know the streets keep me accountable. I couldn't have called in sick. They would have been like, Brent, this is why. But yeah, it was good. How's your weekend, Yusuf?
It was cool, man.
Yeah?
Chilled.
Yeah.
Lots of TV.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you watch anything you can recommend? Did
What's that?
you watch anything you can recommend?
Nah, I was just watching like documentaries about.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Like crime ones.
I mean,
No, it wasn't documentary. It was like hip hop stuff, innit? Like
Oh, okay.
rap beef and that. You know?
I need to. Is 50 Cent's one out? It's not out yet. You know the one he says he's gonna do one of the hip hop killers.
Oh yeah, no, that's out. That's out.
It's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's out.
How many episodes though?
I haven't watched it, but it's out.
Is it okay? I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Okay, I did my Christmas list.
Hip hop homicides.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. I want to watch those.
No, it's out still.
Should be sick.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah.
Just football, World Cup as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just been at home, man.
I can't believe it. Anyway, we're gonna get into that because
Oh, so you didn't go
Damn.
to the party?
Nah.
no, yeah, that was I was disgusted by the way my black brothers over in Senegal were playing, but we'll talk about that later on
Yeah, we'll get into it.
because that wasn't it. That was not it. But let's get into our first headline.
Let's do it.
Let's clear my phone. Oh, sorry. No, I cleared my phone like I was gonna read, and I was like, no, I'm just clearing my phone.
All right, so Ian Blackford has denied he was pushed out of his role as SNP Westminster leader. Mr. Blackford stood down after 5 years in the post after weeks of speculation that some colleagues were plotting to replace him. He told BBC Scotland he took the decision to go, but also claimed he would have been re-elected for the role. A new SNP leader will be selected at Westminster's group's AGM on Tuesday. Only Alison Thulis, who's the Glasgow Central MP, has been confirmed as standing so far. However, there have been widespread speculation that Aberdeen South MP Stephen Flynn will also enter the race to be the next group leader. Asked on BBC Scotland's The Sunday Show if he was pushed out, Mr. Blackford said, "No, I took the decision. I need to make sure my talents are used in the right way to support the government and support the First Minister. I certainly take the view that if I had stood at the AGM, that I still would have been the SNP's Westminster leader. But I think now is the right time to allow other people to come forward." Mr. Blackford, who's the MP for Ross, Skye and Lochaber, is taking on a new role for the SNP promoting independence to Scotland's business community. And the next headline is about Ukraine. So the fighting in Ukraine has been slowing down, and this will likely continue in the coming winter months, US intelligence agencies believe. However, there's been no evidence of fading resistance on the part of Ukrainian forces, the US Director of Intelligence, Avril Haines, said. She said both sides will try to refit, resupply, and reconstitute for any counter-offensive in the spring. It follows Russian attacks on Ukraine's critical energy infrastructure. The war in Ukraine is now in its 9th month, but Russia has lost more than half the land it seized. Ms. Haines told the Defense Forum in California that most of the fighting is currently around the Bakhmut and Donetsk region of eastern Ukraine. She said fighting had slowed down following Russia's withdrawal of troops from the west of the Kherson region last month. She said, "We're seeing a kind of reduced tempo already of the conflict, and we expect that's likely to be what we see in the coming months." She said both Ukraine and Russian militaries will be preparing for any counteroffensive after the winter, adding, but we actually have a fair amount of skepticism as to whether or not the Russians will be in fact prepared to do that. I think more optimistically for the Ukrainians in that time frame. Ms. Haynes said, US intelligence believes Russian President Vladimir Putin does not have a full picture at this stage of just how challenged his military is. Adding, we see shortages of ammunition for morale, supply issues, logistics, a whole series of concerns that they're facing. That's the end of the headlines.
Nice. Thank you. Let's get into our What You Saying topic of the day.
So today's topic of the day, maybe a part one and a part two, right? But we're going to start off kind of general at the moment. And this is based around a guy called Deion Sanders. So Yusuf, you know Deion Sanders, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he basically was the coach at Jackson State, right? But he was he was there. He excelled at Jackson State. I think he moved there in 2020 because of his who he is and obviously his ability to kind of get the best players to come to that actual team. They excelled. I think they went the whole season winning all their games. Basically, they did what has never been done before, yeah? Mm-hmm. Because of that, he was kind of scouted to move to Colorado. And they offered him $5 million a year, right? Mm-hmm. People have complained. By the way, he's black. Yeah, just in case it wasn't clear. He's black, right? People have complained, and now they've said that he's a sellout. So the place he was before, a black thingy, he moved to Colorado, getting a lot more salary, and they're saying that basically he's a sellout. The question is, are black people too entitled? Do they have a point? First, let's start off. Do people have a point in that, you know, when a black person excels from the community, they do well amongst us, then they get poached, and then they're gone, and that's it. Should he have stayed to maybe build up the team a bit more, maybe encourage more black talent to kind of rise up? Or should he have just gone because the money was better?
I don't know his story, yeah.
He's an ex NFL player.
Yeah.
But then, because my thing is, yeah, you know when people do the whole you're a sellout thing, yeah? Mm-hmm. When the person was in the place that you're saying they should remain, were you as supportive? Like, were you as loud in how you are criticizing them as in support as well? I don't know. So I don't know whether he was getting a lot of support and whatever in where he was for him to then move and people like, oh, you're a sellout.
I think he was because people really were happy with him there. They were cheering him on, like, because he was doing an excellent job. So that team thrived. Like,
yeah, so he can move on and share that blessing with another team.
Is do you know if Colorado is a predominantly white team?
I think it's.
It sounds like a racist team.
But do you know?
Like a racist space.
I think Ben's gonna do a quick check.
Colorado.
I'm waiting for Stacey to call in. To be honest, she said that she has more information about
Okay.
context.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful,
Okay.
beautiful.
Hopefully, she'll call in.
Okay.
Our
Because
US correspondent.
there's nothing wrong with someone excelling
Yeah.
and moving on to a better position, better job, higher salary. Nothing wrong with that at all.
That's right.
I don't think he's a sellout for taking a better opportunity. And obviously, that might speak to what his motivations were, but he might have been looking at Jackson State as a stepping stone to a bigger opportunity.
Hey y'all, let me mute the TV.
All right. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Stacey.
Thank you very much for this.
Good morning.
How are you?
Evening. Good.
Oh, yeah, it's nighttime for you,
Live
innit?
from
Good night.
Los Angeles at 12:04 a.m.
Are you okay?
So about this Deion, yes, I am. About this Deion Sanders thing. So basically, what happened is he's a coach at Jackson State. It's a historically black college/university, what we call the HBCUs in America.
Okay.
And why this is such a big topic is because if you're familiar with how college football works in America, the schools that are the top in college football are profiting off the back of players who are black, who choose not to go to these historically black colleges and institutions, who lack these resources and funding and attention that these white schools are getting and profiting big dollars on. And it's not until recently where, first of all, players are not paid. They're given scholarships to come and overperform, and they make millions off the back of these college football teams, and they don't give their players a dime. Only recently did college rules allow them to even accept endorsements that they can profit individually off of. Mm-hmm. So what was so revolutionary about Deion Sanders coming to the historically Black colleges and institutions is that he was bringing that much needed light to these HBCUs that was going to then turn into funding, was going to turn into more Black players committing to these schools because they trusted the coaches who were going to bring in that revenue, who was going to give them resources and get them to places like the NFL. Why he is 100% a sellout, this may be opinion, but I really think it's a fact, is that you further prove that money controls the conversation, because when you were offered $5 million, you were shouting to the mountaintops, I'm SWAC, which is like the league that his school plays in. I'm SWAC, I'm this, like I rep this HBCU stuff the day I die, whatever. Like you were so gung-ho about supporting the HBCUs, but the first moment that you got where money was dangled in front of your nose, you left. Like there are players who committed, like they could have gone to these big name schools and been NFL bound straight away. But because of the mission that you sold them at this school, they committed to playing at the HBCUs, which is what we needed to see for us to get back our players. Now you left and they're immediately decommitted. So it is a sellout move, because the first chance that you got, you used the HBCU platform as a stepping stone to get you in a better position for yourself, not to profit the HBCUs. That's what I'm an HBCU alum. I went to the number one HBCU in the world, Howard University. Okay. That's my school.
No, Brent. Who said that? Brent.
You know what?
Brent. No.
I thought it was Yusuf. I was like,
No,
I would have more bass.
Yusuf.
I Yusuf didn't move.
No, can I just say, I love that. She said, Yusuf, no, I would have more bass.
Yeah,
Big up your chest.
Yeah,
come on.
that was nasty.
But yes, that's the story. I don't know if y'all need anything else from me.
Yeah, I just want to ask you. So do you feel like he benefited that HBCU?
HBCU. Oh, HBCU. Okay.
That's okay. HBCU, yes.
Okay.
Did he do what?
Do you feel like he benefited it? Because you
the school or himself?
Yeah, the school.
Yes, but the mission is incomplete, so it's as good as nothing.
Oh, okay.
If you decide that he's decided to leave the university, which i.e. leads to him no longer providing them with that limelight and that coaching. Literally, the top recruits who committed to Jackson State for next year have already started releasing that they decommitted. They're now open to the next all other schools who are looking at them.
Okay,
that does nothing. His sons even play for the school. Like, what's going on here for real?
His sons play for the school.
Are his sons gonna move as well? Then?
That's the talk. They're gonna move with their dad.
Okay, I'll be honest. Now I get why it's a sellout. I get why it's giving sellout.
Yeah.
Because I guess, to be honest, I think it's what you said earlier about whether money can control what it is that we need to do, kind of thing. Because I feel like if it's a whole thing about community and about, progressing, kind of black greatness really and truly, and like black history, and then for money you kind of forget this mission. Yeah.
Can I ask you, do you hold other people to the same standards? So other black people in life.
In what?
In regards to, let's just say, just having that awareness, that consciousness that, you know what, my position in this particular company or in this job maybe opens up doors for other black people to come here. So that our community, those families. Huh?
100%. And
do you feel like majority of the community does that?
Yeah, and I think just my experience in going to HBCU, we're literally taught that. When you walk into every room, understand that it's not 100% about you. Because even when you leave this place, the precedent that you set and how you behaved in this area or how you performed in this particular role is definitely going to turn some heads as far as bringing in the next black person, the next black people. That's something that we're taught. And even those who don't go to HBCUs, this is a perfect example to open their eyes. Like, people do it. Like, what's his name? Jay-Z did it with the Super Bowl. When it was time to bring in, who was going to perform halftime, who do you bring to the discussion? That's why you had the big Super Bowl performance was Mary J. Blige. Who else was it? I don't know. Eminem.
50 Cent.
Like that. You need to make sure you advocate for people in the room. Exactly. But to answer your question, are black people too entitled? We can be, but not in this situation, because this specific situation is about reclaiming resources that we were deprived of in the eyes of desegregation. Like people thinking that once you integrate, it's now a better platform for you to go where you once weren't appreciated. But now people have seen how there are consequences of that, because those resources that we created for ourselves and those places that we created for ourselves are losing that attention, and we don't have control over funding that we control over. Black schools are largely underfunded. Most of them are public and still get underfunded. People cannot afford to send their kids there, so they can turn to these white schools who offer maybe more federal scholarships, whatever the case may be, and then that's why you have low enrollment numbers, people who can't stay, etc. So people like Dion have to understand the privilege in their position, that it's not just about the paycheck they're giving you. Someone easily could have went to Nike and said, the school has 2.5 million, match the other 2.5 and keep him here. That's the power of your voice. But he didn't do that.
Okay, I hear you.
Yeah.
What I would say to you is, what was I going to say now? In terms of that responsibility, you said he was in a privileged position, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How much of that do you kind of attribute to him working hard to get there? Because if he wasn't good enough, he wouldn't have been in that position anyway. And that support that he had probably came. I'm assuming here, obviously, I don't know his history, but that support he had probably came largely just from his family, right? But yet he's expected, when he gets to that position, to kind of carry the black community on his back. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, also, do you feel? Or I was going to ask you, yeah, like if you disagree with that, yeah, tell me one sec here. But also the second point is, do you feel as though the HBCU at Jackson State had enough money to match what Colorado was giving him?
Definitely not.
Okay.
They didn't even have 5% of that. To be fair, like our sports, which is why this is a big discussion. Like, it all goes back to money. They don't have the resources to even remodel their facilities. Talk less of pay him $5 million. The football program probably doesn't even generate that close to that in revenue. So there's no way they're going to pay him that salary. But oh shit, the first part of your question. Say that again.
You mentioned that he was in a privileged position, right? Is that correct? Yeah. So I was just going to say, how much of that is really privilege and how much of it is hard work and him making himself get there himself?
He got there himself, but the problem is that his entire tenure at Jackson State was off the bat of support HBCUs. So if that was the number one thing you're allowed about every day, and for you to make a decision that literally goes completely against that, what was the point? Like, nobody begged you, truly. Like, you put it on yourself, and we appreciated you for it. But like,
can you tell us exactly what he was doing, just so that we have a bit more context? Like, in terms of how he was shouting loud about HBCUs.
Yeah, like when he committed to being the head coach at Jackson State, obviously it was a big deal because we don't get too many coaches that are like really big in the sports scene. Okay. Like, we get a couple alum who have done good things, but like Coach Primetime, which is what he goes by, is a big deal. Like, he's somebody who's very loud on social media. He's very well known, continues to be relevant in the sports conversation, and case in point, has a lot of resources off the bat of that. So when he did come, a lot of the reasons that he outlined for coming is wanting to give back to the HBCUs. He's not an HBCU alum, to my understanding. I could be wrong, but that was a big thing that he held pride in. Listen, the HBCUs are underfunded. You guys don't have a lot of resources. I want to be the person who comes in here and uses my power, celebrity power, whatever the case may be, resources to bring some of that attention back to our schools and bring the money home. So if that was what you led with, why do you exit like that?
How long do you kind of expect his?
I like that. Add that to a paragraph one day.
Well, how long do you expect his mission to be? What does completion look like to you?
Completion looks like when you've done enough to where it doesn't just impact Jackson State and it impacts HBCUs at large. When you start seeing more head coaches like Primetime coming to different HBCUs, when you see sponsorships coming in that are paying for the lack of salary or the lack of equipment or the lack of facilities and resources that make top recruits choose PWIs, predominantly white institutions, over HBCUs. When you see now players like who are coming in a full term in college, full 4 years. That hasn't, you've been there for all of 3. You're going to leave by the 4th. You haven't seen them out through graduation. So you've impacted probably the careers of less than 10 versus impacting the entire mission that you started, you know?
Okay,
Do we know how much he was getting at where he was?
Ooh, what's it?
I have no idea, but it's definitely less than $1 million.
I thought it was about $1 million something. You know, let me
That's
let me double check that.
Do you know what it is? I feel like it's tricky, yeah, because with certain things, certain movements, you can't make a lot of noise and not live your raps, you know. But even though, like, obviously, like, it's money and obviously you got a family to cater for and, like, you've got other things to think about. I understand, like, beyond whatever fight you're fighting for. But when you're so loud and strong and so proud in this and you're, like, both feet in, people will call you, like, it's inevitable people are going to call you a sellout when you duck out.
Well, I don't know if this is an accurate thingy.
Yeah.
But what they're saying is that his annual base salary at Jackson State was $300,000. His annual.
That sounds about right, and that's a very high salary for a football coach.
When you think
extremely high.
When you think he's going from 300,000 to 5 million, yeah.
Exactly.
That's not.
No, but there's a reason why they've offered you 5 million. Like the value is with you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe he could have brought opportunities to where he was, you know.
But those opportunities, yes, they should benefit the community at large.
Yeah.
But they need to benefit him and his family. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
5
but-
million.
I'm not gonna lie.
5 million's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's like it's a hard one because I
Yeah.
definitely agree with like you bringing opportunities and stuff, but at the same time, also, that is such a massive opportunity. I don't know, man.
That is a life-changing money.
The thing is-
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money,
But all
yeah.
people are saying
Go on, Stacey, go.
saying is, if you're gonna sell out, commit. Like, you know, one of those people who is like, if it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like, you're a sellout. When you made that decision to make that move, you knew that people were gonna be shouting, "You're a sellout," and you still made the decision.
Yeah,
so
you were
just
sitting
stand
it,
out
you
and
know.
say, you know what? I made a financial decision that was best for my family. This is how. If you're still committed to the mission, lead with how you're still going to be committed to the mission while you're at that other school. But instead, there was no talk about that. It was like, I'm gonna write it out to the next season. There's an opportunity for me at Colorado. If people want to talk to me personally, but it's like, no, it's not personal when you started this whole movement nationwide. Literally, it completely disrupts the HBCU conversation, not just at Jackson, at all of the HBCUs. We're all impacted.
Does he get any grace for the time he spent at Jackson State and for starting the movement, or is it now
No,
being completely
all
negated
of it is null
because
and void.
what's that? Sorry.
All of it is null and void because now you just know of why we can never prosper. We don't have money.
But because he's started the movement, so to speak, couldn't other coaches, other ex-players kind of piggyback off what he started? So it doesn't all have to be lost, is what I'm trying to say, innit?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Joyce, I get what you're saying, but do you know what it is? I think it's because he started it,
Yeah.
I feel like for me that shows a lack of faith. So whatever it is that he was championing for, him leaving like that, it shows that he doesn't 100% believe it can get to where.
I don't think it's
Probably
that.
can.
I think it's money. I think it's simple, come down to money. For
But no one's
example,
gonna
if Jackson State offered
Yeah.
him 5 million, then that's when you can really decipher
Yeah.
what his agenda is. Because
Okay, yeah.
if you've got an all-black college like Jackson State
Yeah.
versus Colorado might be, I don't know, more prestigious, more notoriety. But if they're giving you the same money and he chose Colorado,
Yeah.
then I can say, all right, cool, you've chosen a more prestigious opportunity, even with the same money.
Yeah.
But 300,000 a year to 5 million, the disparity
you know
is
what,
vast.
yeah?
So I get the whole sellout thing
Yeah.
because the whole narrative was, black players, they're all coming there
Big ass, dude.
they're all coming there to play with you.
Yeah.
But we don't know the individual nuances of his life and why he took that decision for the money. Because 5 million is not something to laugh about. And this guy's been retired for years. Who knows?
Do you know what it is? Yeah? Can I bring it close to home here? So you see how like what Brent is trying to like the new black here, what the new black stands for, what the new black wants to create, what the new black wants to change, all of that stuff. If someone said to Brent and Danielle like, okay, do you know what? We want you guys to come to the BBC instead, and we're going to give you this amount of money, and it's crazy different to that. To like, it's crazy. It's a proper big difference to what they earn now. I would see that as a lack of faith. I can't lie to you. Like, because my thing is that if this is your dream, this is something that you started, like you were so full of passion for this thing. If you are willing to jump ship, I get the money. Trust me, I get the money part. I get it. But if you're willing to jump ship, then maybe you don't believe in this thing totally. Because how are you gonna have Brendan Daniel can't jump ship and then tell me to stay here and keep the new black alive?
The thing is, I don't think using Danielle and Bren is a good example. I think using one of us. So, for example, let's just say BBC came to you and offered you,
I'm glad you're
offered you an opportunity.
I'm glad you're laughing.
First of all,
Cut the cap.
Yeah, if BBC came to you, Netflix, Spotify, whoever came to you and said, Esther, we want you to be part of this show. We're going to pay you. Remember, the disparity with Deion Sanders' wage was crazy, so I'm going to make it crazy for you too.
Okay, go on.
We're going to offer you $2 million a year to be a part of this show, right?
She goes, bye-bye, yo.
And
My life to the love of my
You don't
life.
care. What?
Yeah.
No, do you know what it is? No, but do you know what it is? I don't think. I get what you're saying, yeah. Don't do it. It's a Monday morning.
Esther.
No, but you know what it is? But that's different to. I didn't start this movement. I joined this movement.
And you believe in it, no?
I do believe in it.
But
Absolutely.
her
Dion
leaving
didn't
would not
say it.
impact the mission at large.
Yeah, because if I leave,
Like there's not other things being impacted.
Yeah, like you guys are gonna carry on. I can't. Like, if Brent leaves, it's not gonna be the same.
It's not Brent leaving. This is Brent's thing. So it's not him leaving. It's him just kind of disbanding it or letting another company take over. You would leave. He wouldn't leave.
Yeah, but I would leave if I left.
Remember,
I feel like I'll be
Jackson
right in
State,
my.
Jackson State is still going to be there.
Yeah, but from what Stacey's saying,
But you can't think
who's
of it
gonna
like
who's
that.
gonna carry on with the whole movement
There
thing?
might be another black coach that comes in.
Did this movement
That's not
start
the
with
same.
him or did it not? Did it
It
start with
didn't
him?
start with him.
Okay.
But
The problem is because you didn't have a big figure to really carry on the mission, nobody's gonna co-sign. If your son, what's an equivalent for you guys? I guess I'll just explain in American terms. If you have a son who wants to go to the NFL and play professional American football, there's specific paths that you can take in order to get there. When they're in high school, you try to get them scouted on a big football team.
Yeah.
So these big USCs, UCLAs, whatever, and the odds of them getting to the NFL is a lot higher. That's how it used to be maybe 10 years ago. Now, you can go to the NFL a lot of different ways. You're not stuck to very few schools. But again, back to my point about these colleges making so much money off of these players, because the end goal is for you to get to the NFL, you're going to choose the school that has the best resources, the best connections to these NFL teams, the best coaches. We don't have the money to pay for that.
Okay, so really,
with
so this is
Primetime
kind of
putting that as his mission.
yeah.
He's taking that away from the students and the players. And now it's like, okay, somebody said in the chat, it's like almost like a chicken and egg conversation, which came first. If we don't have money generating because people like Primetime leave and don't build up these teams, we'll never have the money to pay different coaches. So you can throw any coach in there. They're not going to have the impact Primetime has that draws in these players to keep the cycle going.
Yeah, I was gonna ask it. Is it evident, like maybe the stats in terms of the kids that go to NFL, or like people that enroll, like is it evident that his presence has actually had a massive impact?
Oh yeah, their game records are doing very well.
Yeah, I can't lie. That morale was low, man.
Also, is
That's him that
it
did it.
with Colorado? Is it 5 million a year? Is it 5 million spread out over a course of
year?
many years?
I think it's 5 million.
That's a
spread out,
good
you know.
question.
You know what I'm trying to say?
I don't know, but
Good 5 million a
the
year,
guys
you gotta.
Spread out.
Because that 300,000 he's getting at Jackson State, obviously that's going to accumulate over years, isn't it? So that's what I'm trying to figure out: is the 5 million per year or spread
is it
out?
just spread out?
Obviously, then we can see the pay disparity a bit more.
Well, this website is basically saying for both of them is the annual base salary.
Okay.
Both.
5 million.
So 5 million a year versus 300,000. Was it 300,000?
Yeah, 300,000.
Yeah.
Listen,
And apparently he was
That's what I
giving
need,
half
I need.
his salary to the program at Jackson.
it was what? Sorry.
He was donating his salary.
Yeah, he was giving half of his salary to the program at Jackson.
Oh,
See, this is what I'm saying. Like, again,
So
I
further leading to the point where you don't even need the money. So
that's it. That's what I'm
Colorado's
guessing
not
from this
even
sentence.
big.
I can't lie to you.
now see,
a big football school like that. If this was like UCLA, USC, these big football schools are right. I might entertain the conversation, but Colorado, are you kidding me?
I don't know what type of school Colorado is, so I have no.
And I'm just gonna say
what?
his vibe. Like, are you kidding me?
Is it like a Nazi school or?
I'm not a Nazi, child.
No, it's just like It's not even top 10. Is
Also-
it? I don't know.
Yeah, but
it's,
they must be of a
it's
certain
not top of the
stature.
conversation.
There must be a certain stature to give him 5 million.
No, they just have donations.
No,
They
it's
just
a
have.
white school. They have the money.
Donations.
You don't.
Yes. Okay. So
The standard is low.
is it white school? You said
Yeah.
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 this conversation is silly. Then
But are there some black? There would be some black people there, right? It's not
Barely.
just going to be just
Obviously,
whites.
that they're profiting off of.
So there you go.
Maybe.
So it's not
But
just
yeah,
gonna be
there
just
are black
whites.
players. But the mission is null and void at a school like Colorado. Who are you helping? The 3 black players who are on that team.
yeah, I can't lie. Man. If I come
They're
in here
not
one
Asian.
day and the new black has become the new white, I'm out.
Maybe Colorado is seeing how he's able to bring black players
I was
to.
literally about to say
Them.
that. How do
Yeah.
we not know that
So-
he's not
Which
going to
is
go
even
over there?
worse because
Same
now they're
mission,
using you for
it's
diversity.
different school.
Different
Sell
funding
out.
as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
She
So,
said
Stacey,
it's
what did you say?
worse.
Sorry.
Which makes the point even worse because now you're being used for diversity and inclusion and they're dangling a check in front of your nose for it. Like is giving what's homeboy's name? Booker T. Washington. Like you're really a sellout and you're wearing the shirt very nice.
This is why we're kind of. I'm not sure if you're still watching the screen. But basically, so wait, you see
silly.
Booker T. Washington as a sellout.
I could be talking about the wrong black figure, but homeboy from Tuskegee, that guy.
The great
Yes.
Booker T. Washington. Up from
You
slavery.
got
Booker
him
T.
and
Washington.
blinking
about
5
him.
times.
I'm not gonna
in
lie-
one in
I'm
a
not gonna
row.
lie.
Booker T. Washington that influenced Marcus Garvey.
My first thought was the wrestler.
Read about it.
Man said, Hulk Hogan, I'm coming for you, nigga. That's the Booker T I was speaking about.
read,
Booker T. Washington.
Amen.
is not a sellout.
Read about that guy. He was the definition of skin folk and nothing more, but
Nah,
not kin
nah.
folk. That's about
No,
it.
no, I can't accept that.
That'll do it.
I can't
Read
accept
about. I need you to read about Tuskegee
Yep.
University, another historically black institution,
Yep.
and we can revisit this conversation.
All
But
right.
until then, even in America, the way they preach it to us, he's a black historical figure. When we got to Howard, it was like, yeah, cut the cameras.
No,
He is not the guy.
I can't let you do that to Booker T. Washington, man. He's one of the greatest
All right.
black Americans, right, of that century, 100%. Without him,
Okay.
like, how do you get Marcus Garvey? Marcus Garvey is one of the greatest. Also, he comes
He
from
could be.
learning from Booker T. Washington. So
he could learn what not to do.
I like that. So what do you like? W.B.
No,
Du
but
Bois.
seriously. Oh, child, I graduated last year. I don't remember everybody, but
Okay.
but everybody had their impact. But Booker T he's how we learned about him at Howard was very much there are skin folk and there are kin folk. And when white people could find a good skin folk who can make this example of black people follow us, but they are being pushed agendas in support of white people on the back end, we have a problem.
All right, you know,
A big one.
I think,
And
like you said, we
Dion is
sorry, go on.
giving that. Yeah, sorry, Dion is giving that. That's all.
All right, okay, cool. I hear you. I think we definitely have to revisit the Booker T conversation because I
I'm gonna send you some stuff.
Yes, please send me some stuff. Yeah, 100%. Because again, have you read Up from Slavery?
Jesus, no. Well,
Okay, I'll read
why
your
you put me on
stuff.
the spot like
You read Up from Slavery. Yeah.
I
Okay.
hope you
And
share the
I'll
stuff
send
in the
you some
community
stuff about that.
so everyone can benefit from it.
I will.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. You know, I'm the American correspondent. I gotta edit
Love
it out.
that. Yes, Stacey.
All right, Stacey,
All right,
thank you very
y'all.
much for calling.
Thank you, lovely.
Thank you very much.
Of course. Bye.
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 All right, so whoever was calling in before, you guys can call in now. Thank you very much.
That's
What
right.
I was going to ask you guys, do you feel like that's too much of a burden for one person to carry? Even though he came out saying, I want to do this for black people. I want to do this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
Why all of a sudden do we expect him to see it all the way down to the future?
Yeah.
Like a future we can't even see how it looks.
Yeah, I think that's too much, man. I think obviously I don't think he put a time frame on it. So I'm going to be here for the next 10 years. I think he started a movement, and an opportunity that he saw, beneficial to him. He took it. I can't really knock him for his personal decision, and I don't know why he chose to take the money or go to the school, whatever. So I get how it looks like a sellout, but I can't knock him for chasing the bag in this type of world where chasing the bag is important.
And I think also, what I was going to say when you mentioned the whole thing about Brentwood, let's just say he moved up to the BBC.
The
and
new
stuff
black
like that,
becomes the new white. Yeah.
God forbid. But like, say imagine a situation like that. I think sometimes we take for granted what somebody can do with that money, especially if that person has that pro-black spirit. Because it could be like, okay, I'm building a particular company. It may take me 25 years to even get to a certain level.
Yeah.
But this particular company sees my potential, takes me, right? Gives me, I don't know, 50 million. I can do much more with that money. You know what I'm saying? So
But then
I can plant more.
But then don't you think that if he had that plan, he would have said something? Instead, from what I'm hearing, he's kind of deflecting and like, if you want to address me personally, then let me know and blah, blah, blah. Like, if there was a plan in place, he would have said that he would have outlined the reasons why he's moving, all that kind of stuff. But
you wouldn't typically, sorry to cut you, but you wouldn't typically say, you know what, BBC's taking me, guys, but watch, I'm going to use this money to do this. You wouldn't do that.
Why wouldn't you?
Because it's just something you wouldn't necessarily make known to everybody, especially if white people are now watching you.
No,
You're
but
not thinking, I want to do this in secret.
But
Maybe
you
I
said
can
you got that
use-
pro-black blood in you.
Yeah. So that influences your decision.
So
Doesn't
you're
mean I have to
pro-black in
say it.
silence.
You're not in silence. You will see what I'm doing when you see the buildings I erect with the money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For example, Esther, when I told Emmanuel about what it is that myself and Daniel were planning with a new black, right? He had a particular personality on Twitter, right? And he used to post a whole set of stuff on Twitter. And I told him, if he used to join a team, there are individuals who would give us money that they wouldn't give us money if they saw what he was posting,
Yeah.
right? So he's like, ooh, let me be wise and let me not post this stuff anymore. In fact, let me clean off my Twitter
Yeah.
in order to move forward. And that's what he did. Do you
But
understand? So you can collect money
Yeah.
and then use it, quote unquote, in secret until it is you have infrastructure to then say, ha ha ha, bye bye BBC. You've served me well. Now I can basically push on with whatever I wanted to do. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what Emmanuel's saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's the same reason why I stopped short of saying certain things on the show.
Yes.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So
What have you stopped saying on the show?
trust me. Trust me. But what I'm saying
I've
is,
got one quick question.
oh sorry. Good morning.
Oh, sorry, caller. Morning.
No, I didn't want to interrupt. I was trying to patiently wait, but
Who are you speaking to, please? It's all right, babes.
My name's Jerome.
What's your name?
Jerome.
Yo, Jerome, what you saying?
Hey, do y'all know him?
I'm good, bro. You good?
Yeah, I know Jerome.
Oh, okay.
I'm good, bro.
Hi, Jerome.
Cool. So really quick one, right? So it's definitely giving sell out for me because when he first went there, it was on the wave of black empowerment, improving HSBCUs. And most of the players, like they had, I think one position is the number one player in the country. He only went there because of him. On his YouTube, he said it every week. He's already going. And he kind of went there with this aim of a mission. And he wasn't clear that I'm just coming here for football, I'm just coming here for my career. I'm coming here for black people. His mission was to compete with the bigger schools. A year later, he's now joining one. It's definitely giving sell out. But I'm not surprised by that. I'm a little bit of a cynic. My larger question is, how do we fight brain drain in the black community generally? And that's a question to you, Ema.
How do we fight what?
Brain drain.
How do we fight brain drain?
How
do we improve the black community without capitalism drawing our best and brightest?
Oh, yeah.
So that was supposed to be part 2, right?
Yeah. Oh man.
Spoiler
Should we
alert.
tackle it right now, or should we?
Actually, you're going to, because Jerome's on the phone asking you a question.
Because I can see it creating conflict in you.
You can say that again, sorry?
I can see it creating conflict in you.
Do you know what the thing is, right? My thing is this. I understand that, again, I always say on the show, right, economics is life, right? I understand that's what's going to kind of move people to do certain things.
I'd say a part of life.
Okay, all right, we're part of life, right? And so my thing is this. Even when we're talking about the new black, Brent will tell you, I always said to Brent, yo, let's not appeal to black people to come on board and support what we're doing because we're black. Let's make sure the economics makes sense, because all the time people will come back to you and say, oh yeah, we did this because we're black, start dictating what you can and can't do. I don't believe that. For something to be sustainable, it needs to benefit the people involved. So again, granted, this particular situation with Colorado and Jackson State, I hear what you're saying. You guys have obviously highlighted certain things I didn't know about the situation, right? Especially him coming out and basically saying, I'm doing this for black empowerment. This is what I'm doing. So I understand why everyone would say sell out. My thing is it fair though to necessarily, even if we push him to the side a bit, is it
I
fair
would say
to
it's
kind of
fair, only
expect that
because
of
the
black people?
pretense is he went there wrong. He
Say that
didn't
again,
just
sorry?
go there based on football, just based on my job, based on wanting to create a salary for my family. He went there on the sentiment of the black community, especially in America, which is crying out for improvement of their situation.
Yeah. Again, I fully get it. I do fully get it. But to answer your question about the whole brain drain thing,
So I'm barely hearing you, sorry.
yeah, your thing is low as well, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to move to different places in the house. How about now? Am I any better?
Kind of. Can you hear me better? Hello?
I can barely hear you. You know what, guys? Continue with the show because I can't hear anything you're saying back. But yeah, just discuss that. How do we fight brain drain?
Okay, cool.
Thanks for calling in.
All right, man. Thanks, man. Yeah, like Brent was saying, we were gonna kind of bring this up tomorrow. But basically, my thing is, it's a difficult thing, man. I'll be honest with you, because I think kind of like maybe what Jerome was kind of alluding to is I don't really expect black people to do things just because they're black. I really don't. Like I've seen enough examples in everyday life where if you ask black people to boycott a particular thing, half of us are gonna say, "No, it's cheaper. Let me go there." Like we're not in sync like that. So I think generally it's a case of education and maybe just highlighting to people that listen, our very livelihood, the quality of our lives, our children, kind of like what I was talking about in terms of voting and stuff like this, and how we have to be a bit more conscious of the rippling effect of everyone's actions, right? I think that's the only way you do it. But I think economics has to be the ruling thing. If black businesses make an effort to hire only black people and then drill that into the employees so that when they leave and thrive, they also maybe carry on those same things, I think then you can get something. But education is the main thing, but people have to really want to care. You know what I'm saying? I think, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
as a simple answer.
I've asked people to like the video upon entry, and still,
There you go.
for that.
There you go.
We're still fighting for that, and it's free.
It sounds trivial, but it's facts right there. You know what I'm saying? Something that's free like that. So imagine leaving your house, driving down to a particular place, and say, let's stand together in unison and do a particular thing. No, who's showing up?
I don't know, man. I think, like, I don't know. I don't know. I just think with certain things, if you're saying you're fighting for a cause and stuff like that, and you make so much noise about it, I think if money is able to get you to step away from that, it's like, I know you're saying, is it fair that he's being criticized like that? It comes with it. I think it is fair. Because if you've, especially with the way like America is, with the way like black people are treated there, with the opportunities that they have, you've actually given people hope. And again, seeing that the stats are a lot better, like everything's been functioning a lot better since he's been doing this whole thing he's been doing, you're kind of taking that away from people. So you have to expect outrage. You have to expect people being disappointed. You have to expect all the criticism. And yes, it is a lot for one person to champion change. It's a lot for any individual to do it. But at the end of the day, I always say, like, no one asked anybody. You didn't. No one asked you to do that. You wanted to do that because you believed in it. Blah blah. So again, that's something that comes with it. So yes, there's a lot of pressure and blah blah. But this is what you do. You chose to do this. So this is the cross you have to bear. But I think it is fair that people are calling him a sellout. I think it is giving sellout vibes. It'd be interesting to see if he does do anything outside, like even with moving to Colorado, it'd be interesting to see if he does actually do anything still with the community, or if he tries to find somebody else who he thinks will keep this movement going, or just see what he tries to do. But from him saying, what's it called? You know, from what his response has been to it, I don't really see that he's planning to do that, because obviously these things are things that it's in place. The public don't find out the moment who is involved in the contract finds out. Do you get what I mean? So he would have had whatever time he would have had to try and put things in place. And I feel like knowing how impactful what he started is, he should have put something in place where when the announcement went out, he's like, okay, I know you guys are angry, but wait a minute, this is what will follow. Kind of, I just give that reassurance, which is, I guess, one of the main reasons why he started what he started in the first place. So it's a shame, but it definitely is giving sellout vibes, and I get it.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah. How's everyone doing?
All
Good, thank you. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. This is Izzy.
Is it nice to...
Oh, is he from the chat?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. I just
Yes,
wanted to
Izzy,
call
how
to
are you?
ask a quick question.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all good, all good. So I just wanted to ask, do we think it's a bit premature to be calling him a sellout when we haven't really seen what he's done at Colorado? And also, is there anything he could do to maybe not be considered a sellout?
Do you know what it is?
And if so, is it again a bit premature to call him a sellout?
Do you know why? Do you know why I don't think it's premature? Because I feel like this man is he's a social media head, right? He's on social media. He knows how these things go. I'm sure he's seen other situations where people have been called sellouts and stuff like that. I think that there's precautions to take if you don't want to be labelled as something. So I don't think it's premature, because I would have thought for someone who's leading this movement that he's leading and doing making as much noise as he is about this cause, he would have been able to be like, yes, this is what I'm doing. However, this. If your response to people is, what was it that Stacey said he said? I can't remember what he said, but if your response to people is so surface, and if you want to talk to me about it private, then I'm happy to talk to you about it. And, I've just had an opportunity and it's what I want to do. If you're not giving people much to go by, to let them know that you haven't given up on this cause, I don't think it's premature for people to call him a sellout. Do you get what I mean? Like, reassure people then.
Yeah,
I think if he gave reassurance, then I don't think people would, the sellouts comments will still definitely come, but then he wouldn't have, it could be like, yeah, but it's premature because it followed with this announcement of I'm going to Colorado for $5 million followed with this about, wow, I'm still for this movement. But if you just say, I'm going to Colorado, I've been offered $5 million, this is a great opportunity for me, and you leave it at that, and then you say that anyone who's got anything to talk about, we talk about in private. You know what it means when people say that?
Yeah.
If you want to talk about this, we could talk about this behind closed doors, but I'm not going to be on a platform to da. When people say all that stuff, because you ain't got nothing to say. That's why.
Can I ask you a question? Yeah. Do you feel as though his personal circumstances could perhaps change the way you see him?
You know me, I'm emotional. Of course it would. If he tells me like, he's ill and he needs the money to get surgery,
okay.
I'll be like, Colorado to the world. Let's go.
Okay, cool. Okay,
Absolutely.
cool.
Like I'm human on that level.
Yeah,
I will always I think for me, like the money thing, I thought that's a massive salary jump. I get it. Because really
Sorry, yeah, just on that.
Yeah, go on, babe.
Sorry, yeah, on that. If again something like that was happening in his private life, would he not have the right to keep that private?
Yeah,
and
of
again,
course.
if it is
No, of course
something
he
that
can.
That's what I was getting at.
But of course he
then
can. But
again, are we still not premature to call him a sellout?
do you know what it is? Of course he can keep it
And then
private.
also, just the last thing.
Yeah.
Actually, sorry, yeah, go ahead.
No, that's all right.
I was just going to say the last thing is that I think people's opinion on it is based on what you expected from him from the start. So I kind of followed a bit of college football.
Yeah.
And to me personally, a lot of it seemed to be a bit of like sticking two fingers up to the big schools that wouldn't give him opportunity, as opposed to being a whole pro-back thing only.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
once he got that opportunity, it kind of seems obvious. Like, this guy is NFL royalty, Hall of Famer. He's like the pinnacle. So expecting him to pretty much sacrifice his career, staying at JSU was probably a bit too much for people to put on him. And also, if we expected him not to leave at some point, and then for all of this to happen, then it kind of seems a bit harsh to kind of just throw everything he's done up to this date just down the toilet and then call him a sellout for it. Because he's probably done more for HSBUs than any coach in history.
Yes.
So,
Okay. Yeah. So to
I
answer
just
your
feel it's
first
a bit too
question.
strong.
Sorry, babe. Sorry. To answer your first question, I think he does. Everyone has a right to keep whatever they want to do. They want to keep private. Absolutely. However, not many people are going to think of that. Not many people are going to think, oh, he might have something going on and he might need the money. So let's not criticize. Unfortunately, this is not the way the world works. So it's going to come. The criticism and stuff like that is going to come. Not maybe even after people get evidence of stuff, they still will criticize you. So I don't think it's necessarily premature to call him a sellout because of something that might be going on in the private life that he's keeping private. Unfortunately, it just comes to the platform. But then if you're saying as well that this whole pro-blackness thing has been projected on him by other people, and that's not what he came in fighting for, then that's a whole different situation. And then in that case, I don't see him as a sellout then.
It's a part of it, I guess.
It's part of it.
It's a part of it. I guess, like, there's no one's going to have to make one decision based on one motivation. That makes sense. And
Yeah.
it seemed as much as a pro-black thing, also an opportunity to show his skills to some of the bigger schools and show what he can actually do with a smaller school to maybe take that step up the ladder. And to me, that's just what it looks like. It doesn't seem like someone that's thrown away his black card just to get the money.
Do you know what would be interesting to actually know what this man's career goals always were? If his goals was to, okay, I'm gonna work here and I'm gonna be great at what I'm doing, blah blah, and then at some point I'm gonna get scouted and go somewhere else. If that's his career,
he's always on greatness. He wanted to bring he wanted to like bring the.
Oh shit, Bugs in the building.
No.
No.
why would
When
they
they
know?
came in, you didn't say anything.
Exactly.
You've been sat here quiet for time about they didn't know.
They were just supposed to sense him, apparently.
Literally.
Yeah, sense me, yeah, man. No, I've been doing the maths on it because I ain't seen none of this. I've been thinking about whether I think he's a sellout or not. I think it's a bit unfair to call him a sellout as well. I think it's a bit premature.
Anyway, do you
Can
know
I
what?
just
That's
say,
crazy
yeah?
though. Sorry.
Because obviously I watched him do his whole press tour and that when he took over the job and talk
Yeah.
about competing against the big schools and getting the what are they called? The kids that are coming up into the NFL, getting them to come pick a HSBC because they can't compete against the big schools, innit? Like it's harder than that. So I watched him come and say what he wanted to do and his whole mission and stuff like that. So obviously, to him to leave that behind, I can see why people are mad at that, innit? But I think the problem is that humans are selfish and hypocrites. You get me?
Yeah.
And that's like
At the same time.
At the same time, innit?
Yeah.
So that's like everybody. We're all selfish. We all care about ourselves. So when he was doing stuff for the black people, it was all lovely. You get what I'm saying? Now he's made a selfish decision for himself. It's a problem now.
Yeah.
But that's the same thing that everybody else is doing. That's why they're all hypocrites. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because no one will take into consideration that like the money. Obviously the money's important. Yeah, the money's huge. He was on like 1.2 million over 4 years. Yeah, and he gave half of it away.
But that's why
that was 300 bags a year, and he gave half of it away just for the school's facilities. Like, yeah, he just give it to them, take half the money.
But that's what's making people say that it's not about the money. Then
No,
is
but I'm
it?
saying though, he's from 300k a year to 5 million a year, and you're looking at this man like he's a sellout. Are you a psychopath? And at some point, you've got to take. He's got to make a decision for himself.
Now, boy.
Huh?
No, but you're here.
He had a big decision to make. That wasn't easy, and now everybody's upset because he picked himself.
Can we kind of parallel it with what Kaepernick did? Because he stood by his morals, right? Despite what he would lose.
Yeah.
So I guess
That's a
what they're
different
trying to say
situation,
is
though.
he's now abandoned his morals.
No, that
for
was a
money.
stance. That was a stance against something about like that was police brutality and all these things. And I don't want to speak for the man or question what's in his heart, yeah. But I know for a fact he thought he would have had a job by now. Like he obviously Kaepernick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's been years.
You think he knew he was gonna get this brazy? No way in hell.
Yeah.
But I think they're two different things. You know what I'm trying to say? Like my man done something and made a choice for himself. Deion Sanders is big business. You know what I'm trying to say? That so the spotlight that he shined on that whole HSBCUs or whatever they're called. Like he done his thing. You get me? I don't think it's just. I don't think you can compare the two.
All right, let's just focus on the Dion then. So if he had his quote-unquote campaign just focusing on getting the HBCUs to where the white establishments are, if that's what he was running on and saying, we need to do this together, and I'm putting my big name hat into the ring so that others would come along.
Yeah, so all the prospects will come.
So that
and
the
all that.
long-term play is actually beneficial. And then 5 mil on the table, he just runs. Don't you think that you're abandoning what it is that you had started?
Yeah, but language, we always like, he's selfish. Is he a sellout or is he selfish? He's selfish. He is doing all the stuff that you're saying, yeah, he did. But when you say, you calling him a sellout, is speaking to what's in his heart. Because like what I heard some users say initially, obviously he ain't laid his plans out, but you don't know what he's going to do with that 5 million a year.
100%. He could actually look to give half of it to... Because he was doing it before.
To the school. He gave it straight to the school that he just left.
Maybe part of the contract is, whilst I'm doing this, I will still be able to go there.
But you know what
week.
is though? Why wouldn't you say that then? Because my thing is, this is what my thing is, you've come in like, you wanted the more kids to sign up to HBCUs and all that stuff. You're giving them literally hope. You're making them, and like Stacey was saying about like how, you know, with the whole NFL stuff is about coaches and all that kind of stuff. If then you're leaving, just say that. Say whatever it is that will help people not lose sleep at night, not make the kids nervous. Like, I don't know, man. On a human level, he could have. I think he could have given some form of reassurance.
I think that something have to be strategic. This may not be the same example, but when Zimbabwe had that issue with the UK, right, and they had the agreement at Lancaster House, yeah, about basically compensating Zimbabwe for getting the land back from white owners, right? it was a secret. They didn't want English and American taxpayers to know that their money was going towards that particular thing.
Yeah.
Right? Because obviously if they know, everyone's going to, be up in arms. In a similar type of thing, how does it sound perhaps here to white people, to people at Colorado, that, you know what, he's got bigger plans. That money that he was getting from Jackson State, $300K, that he was giving half back to for certain facilities. Imagine, for example, like Brent's saying, I know you're not saying this is the case, but just in case it was, for example, he was giving half of that. 2.5 million.
But okay, so with that being said, yeah, people, like, with him not saying, with him, like, being strategic and all that kind of stuff, and not saying anything, not giving people anything, I'm sorry, but it makes sense then why people would just brand you a sellout. Because they don't have anything to go by.
I get
and
you.
Also, when you look at history, they're probably thinking, well, other people that have been doing, championing this within the black community and have left, how many of them have actually come back with this grand plan? I don't know what the stats are on that, but I guess looking at history, for me personally, just makes sense why people brand you a sellout. When you can then prove in the future you're not a sellout and this is the bigger plan you had, which is fair, but from a human level and people not having any clue and this is what you've been doing, blah, 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 people are going to brand you a sellout. Like, for me, I hope that man is not out here, wherever he is, crying about being called a sellout. It seems inevitable to me.
I think you're 100% right. I think it's expected that you're gonna get people to say that, right?
Yeah.
But the same people that's saying it, if he did have another plan, are not going to be coming out saying sorry. They won't do that. And also the same standards that they hold for certain other people, they don't hold for him. He's giving half his salary back to the school. That means nothing to people.
Yeah, but so do you think that?
So
Actually, no, you do think that. Go on, Anthony, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Just, he's still in a position to help black people anyway. So American football's a probably black sport. A lot of black people get scholarships because of him. He'll probably send a lot of people to the NFL a lot more than he would at JSU. So at the end of the day, where he's now in a position to help even more black people, to call him a sellout it's not wrong, because I've heard like Stacey Gordon, she made great points, but for me, it's just a bit premature because he's going to help a lot of black people at the end of the day.
But then, do we know that he's going to help a lot of black people? Or is that an assumption
it's
or making?
The nature of the sport. I mean, there's no reason why he can't do what he did at JSU for Colorado as well. So in the same way, a lot of black people went to HSBCUs because of Dion. I can imagine Dion with the $5 million contract he's got can probably say, I want these black players on my team because I'm the coach.
But then that's taken away from the HSBCUs. Then
you people keep saying HSBC. You guys are thinking of HSBC.
That's true,
HBCU. Yeah, that's taken away from it. That's making all the top prospects going to go to that big school. So it's a negative impact it's having on that. Again.
Yeah, it's true, but it's also giving them an opportunity to go to the NFL because HSBCUs haven't drafted well in the NFL. So if you're a top talent, even if you show your skills, you're playing at a lower league as such. So the fact that Deion Sanders can go to a bigger school, attract these black players, give them a platform to show out to the NFL, hopefully that actually helps black people at the end of the day, to be honest. But yeah.
Obviously, he don't need the money because he is prime time, yeah. Oh, sorry, thank you, man.
Oh, thank you, Izzy. Have a nice day.
Prime time don't need the money in that. So the money argument will piss people off, innit? Because obviously they're going to be like, he don't need it or whatever, but it's like, who don't need it? It's America. We've got taxes, bills, that money's money. You know what I'm trying to say? That who's leaving that on the table? All of us. I know what's in your heart. You get me, E-man. I know what you want, the advancement, the betterment of black people and stuff like that. I'll be honest with you. If Radio 1 come offering E-man £1 million a year, y'all gonna be calling him a sellout, I think. He's gonna come and sit us down and be like, guys, I know what I said.
I'll buy you new mics.
You get me? So he definitely. I don't know.
I don't know. For me, I can't do that stuff, man.
You can't do what?
I can't do what you just said. I can't, especially if it is my entire brand is off the back of what I believe.
It's
in.
not his entire brand. His brand's Primetime's big business. He was young. He's different.
He utilized everybody's hope and expectation off the back of his rollout to basically propel him to now $5 million a year.
Yeah, I ain't mad at him for that though. I'll tell you that much.
I hear that 100%. But like I said, I can't do that. This whole Radio 1 stuff, I can't do what you've done.
Oh.
I can't do that. I can't.
You better hope they ain't listening, boy. Don't offer me the bag, boy.
I'm gone.
Martin texting his resignation, you know. You've been in YouTube live comments like, oh, by the way, I left.
You know what it is?
Anything anybody wants to know, talk to me in
Go
private.
do private, innit? Do you have any question? I'm not going to be on this
Hold
platform
Brent,
addressing
but
y'all.
Do you have a price though?
I don't because what?
Because he has integrity.
No, but we talked about that before.
No, but do you have a price?
No. Because if this is what it is that could basically make you to move, if I sprinkle in a bit of all your
sprinkle.
colleagues are going
that
to
word.
be, you know what I keep telling you not to basically, and all of your brethrens, even though you're peed up and you're buying them this, that, and the next, the latest Jordans or whatnot, this is your life going forward. Do you understand? You have to go to drink ups and all of that. Would you still take the money?
I don't know.
And this is it. It gives you a pause, right?
Yeah.
You pause for a second. And this is it with me. Black empowerment for me, pause, full stop. It's a full hard stop.
Period.
I have lived. I don't need for anything. I have a house, I have a roof over my head. I have food on my table, right? And I have friendship. I have companionship. I am good right now. And it could be somebody else who was in my position. It could be a completely different thing. It's life-changing. But you said he's big business.
Yeah, he is.
He's big money. Do you understand? And after as he goes here, he might change his mind and say, I'm not even excelling here. I'm going to change my mind again. Do you understand? He doesn't want for money. That's what you're trying to tell me.
No, he
So if he doesn't want for money and he's saying, let me now put the next 10, 15, 20 years of my life in this particular presence of infamy to building up HBCUs, then brother, stay like that.
Yeah, no, I heard that.
Stay like that. If it is you're saying it's a money thing, appeal to other entertainers to say, you need the money, pitch in for me, chip in for me. Chip in for me. If it's the money thing, chip in for me. But you're saying he doesn't need the money, so what's he doing?
Yeah. Who's this called?
Brother Stacey, my spirit's
Listen,
This is the last phone call.
this is
please.
business.
Stacey is livid.
I mean, this is business, baby.
Morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Shame the last call had to be
Wait,
one.
hello?
Oh, okay. About to cut you off.
Hi,
Good
good morning.
morning.
Who's this?
Oh, hi, this is Roy.
Hello, Roy.
Morning, Roy.
Morning.
I don't know if anyone's made this point in the apology if they have, but I wanted to think quickly. A lot of people are saying he's a sellout, but is his thing, if he set a foundation for more excellence to happen, like people have said, put half of his salary before into the system, and if he set a foundation now for HCBU to be seen on the scene, and for them to have a better chance than they did before, is he still a sellout?
This is exactly a good question.
I'm going to that question again. Sorry. Read it back one more time.
As in, if he's set up the foundation
Yeah.
for why am I saying this?
HBCUs. Yeah, your British people are just.
Yeah, HBCUs.
Yeah.
If he set the foundation for something that they didn't have before, and now more light is on them despite him leaving, is he a sellout? Because we're quick to say, sell out this, sell out that, but was it also a sustainable system? Because if he was getting 700k and then he gave half of that away to build, how long can he do that for before he starts after going into his own money?
Yeah, but
what I'm saying?
do you know what it is
Whereas
though?
if he set up a foundation, if he set up a foundation where
Yeah.
it is now better after I have left, and another thing is we don't know what he's going to do with his money post leaving, because one thing I will say about not all black communities, because we also need to not do this monolith thing of black people, but a lot of the time we need to stop putting our business out in the public. Sometimes we need to work in private, and that's okay.
Do you know what it is, yeah? The thing is, with him donating half of his salary, no, not a damn soul asked him to do that. He wanted to do that. So if he decided, you know what, this year I can't afford to do that, I don't think they'll beat him up. However, for me, I just think that with certain things, yeah, you can't be the founder of something and talk about how important this is and highlight the importance of it and then walk away. I don't know. It's just not Like, it's just, I don't know.
I think we need to give him time, only the benefit of the doubt, only because, like I said, if what he was doing was sustainable and he walked away, then I'd look at him sideways, because then it's just like, yeah, if it's just like you've just walked away for more, if it's like people are saying, it is now, and the fact that you was always giving away half your salary on less than $1 million, guess what? It might not even be sustainable. He might be looking at it like, I'm here to set up the foundation, but the reason why I've set up this foundation, guess what? I'm a big name. Everyone, look at HBCUs.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking at HBCUs now. Now he's going to make more money because, like I said, we don't know. Maybe he will start having to go to his own money to fund the football program there because he's already half of his salary. So I think we need to give it time. That's my only thing. He's bought himself time. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I think.
There was something else I said earlier. I said how if it was a case where he set this up or whatever and he's wanting to move on, this is why I said he honestly, I think all that man needed to do is actually reassure the people. That's why I think this is easily solved. This would have been helpful. Reassurance would have been helpful. Even if to just say, you know, I'm not doing this anymore. However, this is now who the person who's taking charge, or this is the person I recommend. Like, just little things like that. Let people know that you're not just leaving them kind of high and dry. I don't know what the process is to get a new coach or whatever, but even if it's a thing where he set it up and so now this can carry on and be sustainable and carry on in his absence, okay, who's your recommendation of who can light this torch while you're gone? Like, who can hold the torch while you're gone? Who can hold down the fort while you're gone? Do you get what I mean? I just think, for me, I think reassurance really goes a long way with people, especially when it's things of this magnitude, especially when it's things that affects people's lives and a particular community that goes through it in society all the time. I just think, honestly, it would have just been easy to do reassurance. Instead, it's got people saying, you know, message me privately and blah blah. And again, because we hear that only in certain scenarios, and in those scenarios, positive things never really come out from them. So when you say that, it's a trigger for people. Do you get what I mean? When you're saying, let me know in private and blah blah, or you could have said, you know what? I don't know. I just think
too much in the first place. Like, if you just done your thing and it was kind of like a light note, then it'll be fine. But because you was heavily on the, yo, this is for us, this, that, and the third.
And this is why I'm interested.
Like I said, I think England mentioned it before, where he goes, there are people in the past that have helped the black community, but they just not said it publicly because it's just like, sometimes
it's a lot of pressure that comes with it, 100%.
Things are going to come when you don't tell everyone your business.
Yeah. But you know this as well, I think,
that's why it gets tricky.
That's why I'm so interested to know what his career goals was. Do you get what I mean? Because if it's a thing where he knew at some point he was going to step down, I would put someone in place. Like, I would be mentoring someone, or just so like it's like I'm leaving you guys, because you know there's going to be like on a human form, there's going to be attachment to this man being the coach in the community. Like, you're known for that. Do you get what I mean? So it's more like, you know, I'm leaving you guys, like Jesus did, man. I'm leaving you. But I'm not leaving you with nobody.
We don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe he did behind the scenes.
I feel like he would have said.
He just told them to play.
You see, my problem with things is people want to be loud about stuff. That when it gets to a point where you're being criticized, now you're doing things behind the scenes. I don't believe in that.
But the thing is,
sorry, you were loud about the movement. You were loud about the cause. You were loud about what you're trying to achieve. Be loud about the things that will help people stay on this cause and stay interested in this. Don't now be doing, I'm working behind the scenes to get a good replacement. I'm working behind the scenes to... People don't be working behind the scenes.
Has he released a statement? Has he released a statement yet, though, on anything?
You man?
No, I don't think he has. I think it's just what Stacey was saying.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Sorry.
I don't think he has. In fact, I don't think he's fully even said I'm taking the money yet. But I think most people believe he will because of certain things he said.
I can't hear the connection properly.
Move your mic up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, I can.
Okay, I was basically saying I'm not too sure if he's actually said I'm taking that job yet, or if he's kind of just intimated that he will. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he's made a proper statement yet. I think most people just expect him to, because obviously it looks like he will. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But you see, my thing is this, yeah. Like Brent was saying, I'm with Brent, right? Because I know basically what happened.
There you go.
Because I know how I may behave in that particular situation, but I don't think it's fair to project and I've learned this over the years as well. I wasn't always like this, but I feel it's unfair for me to project how I would do things onto other black people. I don't think that's fair. There's been countless black people who have risked their life, given their lives for black empowerment, for the betterment of black people, and have got nothing for it. They die poor in a bloody retirement home, and black people don't go and visit them. Black people don't go and help their children do certain things. But yet we are on the outside just pointing fingers, criticizing. It don't make no sense.
But
It don't make no
listen,
sense.
it don't make sense here, but this is the world you chose, baby. If you're out here trying to put yourself out in public, guess what? They're probably going to get you
I think
when they want to get
that's
you.
the main issue.
That's
yeah,
it.
if you speak on things so publicly, it's hard
Yeah,
to
man.
renege.
You can't want privacy. Then come on, don't work like that, man.
All right.
It
Yeah, I
doesn't
think that's a
work.
good point.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
No, but you have to look at the nature of the mission, though. The nature of the mission couldn't have been done secretly. How is he going to tell black people come to the college by doing it through the grapevine? He has to tell everybody on the news, black people come here. But when he's leaving and he has certain things in place, he may want to do it strategically. That's what you have to do.
I just think this is a situation where you can't react too quickly, and is I'll call it like social currency. He has bought some time with what he's done.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's a case of, because he has bought himself some time, give him maybe like a year and then see how things look. Because guess what? He might leave, but if that HBCU looks good in the future, or more recruits are, I don't know, the statistics are showing that more black people are going to HBCUs. I don't care if you feel a way towards him. He's done his job.
There
The
you go.
foundation, the investment's been put in there. So guess
You
what?
reckon they're going to be better
It
for
may
him,
look-
though? I don't see how.
Okay.
I don't
All right.
know
And now
if
you see
that's
why
the
people are calling him a
case.
sellout.
How are they going to be better for him?
But not necessarily better without him. Just in terms of getting more black people to go to these CBUs.
Yeah.
Hey, BC.
They would have had more chance. He would have had more chance of doing that while he was there, though, no?
He's got, like,
Exactly, yeah.
There's people that might have been a sure thing to go to the better colleges, and then now they're saying, do you know what? I want to go to HBCUs. Like the
Yeah, so
whole
he
Tupac
changed their
thing
mindset,
goes.
yeah, and he made them say, okay, cool, I'm going to go to these HBCUs now, yeah? Now he's up and left. So then what does that do to done that tweak their mindset
But he's
again?
put the foundation in.
No, but again, it makes them say, boy, you know what? I was sipping the Kool-Aid before. He was telling me this is where to go. This is where it was at. All right, cool, let's go. Now he's left. There is something that's gonna speak to you and say, okay. Maybe the grass is greener. Because if he's not there, what the fuck am I doing then?
Exactly. Exactly.
It's give and take. I think it's give and take. We can only, I think, is a thing of we have to judge it in a year's time. Because if it goes to crap, then yeah, we need to get on him and be like, yo, see, this is what happened when you leave and you don't set a foundation. But like I said, we don't know whether he set up a foundation.
I mean, I don't know. We didn't
You
give
know, he
Kanye
might-
West a year, so I ain't giving him a
Oh
year.
my
No,
gosh,
no,
Brent, you are in my brain. Brent, you are, me and you are like, because you know what's mad? Because I was going to say, yeah, I hope to God that this man does have a plan, because the people we've given, well, not me, has said, let's just see, we don't know the point, we don't know the plan, let's wait and see.
No. Can't
Wait and see
situation
foolishness.
is different because my man has violated one too many times to obviously show that he's selfish. It's not a
Thank you.
case of Kanye's one hasn't been a case of. Oh, do you know what? Let's see.
Brent,
Oh, you ain't
Pattern of
here.
behavior.
Let's see
Pattern of
Kanye.
behavior.
Oh, it's because Esther ain't been here, that's why.
Pattern of behavior.
No. She been here. She been here.
No, but I mean, see how last was it the last episode
Yeah,
on Friday?
Yeah.
He had a change of heart.
do you want me to quit the show? I will quit live right now.
What's going on there?
That's it.
When I was,
You're too mixed up, man.
Wait.
That kind of behavior is a trigger.
Has Deion Sanders done the same thing that Kanye West has done? I don't understand what's funny.
But she was using that same example to basically say, I ain't supporting Kanye West.
Say that
and
again, say
you
again.
wanted
We were
to rip.
Pattern,
I
forget
can't
about
hear you. I can't hear
pattern.
you. Say that again. Say again.
Forget about the pattern.
Start from the beginning, man. I hear you.
I don't believe
Overwhelmed
it.
with laughter, sorry.
I don't believe it.
Esther, what did he say, man? I didn't hear.
I sat here.
Yeah.
Thank you very
And
much.
I was, oh, thank you, Roy.
Hey,
Thank you, Roy.
sorry,
What happened
Right.
domestics? I sat here and I said to you,
Yeah.
this man's pattern of behavior
Yeah.
is why I'm not willing to see what his purpose is with this.
Yeah.
You looked me in the eye and said, I lack critical thinking. For you to sit next to me today
No, look at
and
Emmanuel's
tell
face.
me.
Look at Emmanuel's face. I'm done.
Put the camera on.
Is this
I
camera
can't
on
believe
me?
you.
Everybody in here is insane.
You're a phony. You're a phony, bruv. You are a phony.
Listen.
How do you spell phony?
Listen.
'Cause that's-
things with a PH.
Yeah. That's you.
Listen to this. And this is very clear for those who remember.
Oh,
right?
now you can move the mic to your
No,
mouth.
I'm gonna make it clear. when this was happening, I said to you guys, and I said it so many times, I said, I understand why. Because of his pattern of behavior. You lot are leaving it out. I said to you then, what if he didn't have the pattern of behavior? That's what I said. So everyone knows. You guys know. Oh, there's silence now.
The sun is gonna come over with you.
There is a voice note I'm going to play.
Sounds like I don't cancel your ass. That's why the silence.
All right, just listen to the voice note.
All right.
And this is the sign off for this topic. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, this is
We got a
wild.
lot to get through.
I don't think that you guys are understanding why this is such a deep issue, and I think it's truly about the differences in just how important and how impactful historically Black colleges are in America, especially for minority students, and why that revenue that these big programs matters beyond the sport itself. If you look at classrooms, I really urge you all to look at classrooms at, schools like Howard, schools like Tuskegee, schools like Jackson State versus the classrooms of UCLA, Colorado University, USC, who are making millions of dollars on tuition and are making millions in revenue in sports. This is bigger than university football. This is about us continuing to be disadvantaged because we don't have the resources to be able to invest in ourselves to bring the types of dollars that those other schools are having, that they're using as leverage to recruit our players. To the point that I was saying earlier, where people were saying that Dion is okay because he's making a decision to take $5 million. Understand that the recruits are making that same decision too. If I know that I'm more likely to be NFL bound and I have more resources to build myself up as a player to secure my NFL probability in the future, they're justified in taking that too. So if we can't prove ourselves, not only do we not have Dion, but we don't have the facilities to even recruit these players. It's bigger than football. We're losing coaches, we're losing players, and we're losing potential revenue to build up our schools to get those things in the future.
Okay.
All right.
I think that's a good point. But my thing is, again, you don't know my stance. I'm with Brent. I know what I signed up for, innit? I'll be honest with you. I don't see Black people doing enough for my family if I was to dedicate myself to Black people. This is why I do certain things on the side, so that when it comes to them type of situations, I don't have to rely on Black people. But I love Black people that much for me to put myself into that position. But I can't project that onto other Black people. And I don't think it's necessarily fair for us to do that. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. With all the money that Black people spend, I think every year on like they say, Jordans, alcohol, and going to see certain people in concerts and all this other stuff that we do, I think if people cared enough, they can maybe put certain money towards these HBCUs and give them a better salary.
But it's supporting Black
If we
businesses
cared
by going
enough.
to see other Black people, no?
No,
In concert.
No, yeah, but I'm just talking about stuff that doesn't really build up the community like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that may go to that particular person's pocket and just stay there.
Okay.
Kind of like what everyone was talking about. Oh, we don't know what he's going to do in secret. We don't necessarily know what these artists are doing. You know what I'm saying? But if it is, then we have to kind of be fair. That's what I'm trying to say. But anyway.
All right, guys, we've got more headlines, believe it or not. Let's get into them.
So the Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, has said that the head of police watchdog has been forced to resign after becoming the subject of a police investigation. The Independent Office for Police Conduct Director General, Michael Lockwood, said on Friday that he was resigning for personal and domestic reasons. But on Saturday, did someone laugh?
Yeah, it was me.
But on Saturday, the Home Secretary said she had taken action after learning of the probe into a historical allegation. Mr. Lockwood was asked to either resign or be suspended, Ms. Braverman said. She said she had accepted the resignation, which came into immediate effect. No further information about the nature of the allegation was given. Home Office staff are now working with the IOPC to put in place temporary arrangements for the organization's leadership. The Home Secretary said in a statement, "I took immediate action upon being made aware that Mr. Lockwood was the subject of a police investigation and instructed my officials to ask him to resign or face immediate suspension from his role." Mr. Lockwood was the first person appointed to lead the IOPC when it replaced the Independent Police Complaints Commission in 2018. It handles the most serious complaints against police in England and Wales. In his statement on Friday, Mr. Lockwood said he was resigning with great sadness, adding that it had been an enormous privilege to serve as the organization's first Director General. The next headline takes us to Iran. So Iran's Attorney General said, Iran's morality police, which is tasked with enforcing the country's Islamic dress code, is being disbanded. Mohammed Jafar Montazeri's comments, yet to be confirmed by other agencies, were made at an event on Sunday. Iran has seen months of protests over the death of a young woman in custody. Mahsa Amini had been detained by the morality police for allegedly breaking strict rules on head coverings. Mr. Montazeri was at a religious conference when he was asked if the morality police was being disbanded. He said the morality police had nothing to do with the judiciary and had been shut down from where they were set up. Control of the force lies with the Interior Ministry and not with the judiciary. On Saturday, Mr. Montazeri also told the Iranian parliament that the law that requires women to wear hijabs will be looked at. Even if the morality police is shut down, this does not mean the decades-old law will be changed. Women-led protests, labelled riots by the authorities, have swept Iran since 22-year-old Amini died in custody on 16th of September, 3 days after her arrest by the morality police in Tehran. Her death was the catalyst for the unrest, but it also follows discontent over poverty, unemployment, inequality, injustice, and corruption. And the last headline, Indonesia's Mount Semeru volcano has erupted, sending ash billowing into the sky and sparking evacuations on the country's main island of Java. Authorities raised the volcano's warning status to the highest level, meaning its activity had escalated. No injuries have been reported, but nearly 2,000 people were evacuated from the area around the volcano. People have been urged to keep at least 8 kilometers, 5 miles away, as hot avalanches of lava poured from Mount Semeru. The increased threat level from 3 to 4 also means the danger threatens people's homes. A spokesman for Indonesia's Center for Volcanology and Geological Hazard Mitigation told a national broadcaster. The organization said a bridge being built, or rebuilt rather, after a previous eruption had been damaged badly. Volcanic ash mixed with monsoon rain was falling on nearby villages, and 1,969 people, including children and seniors, had to be evacuated. And that's the end of the headlines.
Alrighty, let's get into Word on Road. All right, so the UK rapper Salieu, he has been sentenced to 33 months in prison. Yikes indeed. Very, very mad. So he was convicted of violent disorder and possessing a bottle as an offensive weapon. It's a weird. I think it's all a bit weird. So basically, trigger warning. Sorry. So there was basically a fight in which his friend was basically stabbed to death. This was like 3-4 years ago now. Yeah, and it just is it was basically like a fight, and in a fight, people just fight, right? Like if people are being attacked and stabbed to death and all that kind of stuff, like you'd have to tussle. Do you get what I mean? So it's a bit, I don't know. I think it's a bit weird, if I'm being honest, that he's been sentenced the way he was sentenced and stuff like that. But yeah, so he's got 33 months in prison, and the whole incident happened in Coventry. And yeah, it's sad, to be fair. I think obviously this is like a great time for him career-wise as well. And that happened when he was 21, and I don't believe, he wasn't like popping like that. So it's one of those things that kind of comes back to haunt you, sadly. So yeah, so that happened over the weekend. Also, sad news as well. Raheem Sterling, he's had to leave the World Cup because his house was broken into. His family home was broken into, and his family were actually at home when it happened. Yeah, so he had to leave, and basically people, the team and people close to him are saying that he's very, very shaken up and just like scared for his children, like his partner, all of that stuff. So he had to. That's why he didn't play yesterday. He wasn't on the lineup, and he's back in the UK at the moment, and there's no word on whether he's gonna come back for the rest of the World Cup because it's just when he feels better, basically. And Southgate basically said, I don't know. He was talking about that, and he said when they asked if he was going to come back, and he said, I don't know. I really don't know, because at the moment it's a situation that he needs to be with his family to deal with. I don't want to put him under any pressure with this. Sometimes football isn't the most important thing, and family has to come first. And then also Harry Kane said, our thoughts are with him and his family. It's a private matter, but it's never easy to see one of your teammates and friends deal with something like that. We'll have to take it day by day. I'm sure Raheem will speak to the manager and take the best decision for him and his family. That's the most important thing. We send him our best wishes and hope to see him soon. Hope to see him as soon as possible. But hopefully everything can be sorted and, the family's not too shaken up and they can recover from that. That is very, very sad and very scary. And then also good news, Keke Palmer announced her pregnancy over the weekend on SNL, which is absolutely, absolutely amazing. I'm going to need people to stop womb watching and stop trying to announce people's pregnancies before they get the chance to. I'm really going to need that.
Sorry, when she lifted up her top in that Keenan and Kel skit, that was the first time people knew she was pregnant? Or did she say it?
No, she actually said it.
Oh.
So I'll read out
okay.
what she actually said. 1 second. So like with SNL, you do like a monologue and stuff. So she said, there's some rumors going around. People have been in my comments saying Keke's having a baby, Keke's pregnant. I said, I want to set the record straight. I am. And then she showed her baby bump. And she said, I gotta say though, it is bad when people on the internet spread rumors about you. But it's even worse when they're correct. I mean, like I was trying to, she's so funny. I was trying so hard to keep her on the down low because I got a lot of stuff going on. But honestly, this has been the biggest blessing and I'm so excited. I'm going to be a mum. She said, even though some people feel a little weird about me having a baby because I was a child actor, I just want to say, look, I'm 29, I'm grown, I have sex, I own a home, I stormed the Capitol on January the 6th. It's things adults do. She's just super, super cool. And it was amazing, exactly. So she did a reunion with Keenan and Kel as well, which was absolutely, it made me so happy to see. So apparently, like years ago, Keenan and Kel actually auditioned to be on SNL. Okay. But Kel unfortunately didn't. His audition didn't go great. But obviously, we know Keenan has been on SNL for years now. So it was just nice to kind of have them back together. And like she did a whole reunion thing, and she was saying that she's Kelly, so she kind of went to. It's like you see how you have like reality TV shows when you have what's going on, then you have like the confession screen. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Keenan was in like a confession screen and he was like, yeah, she came to me with this idea and blah, blah. And, she's like saying she wants to do a Keenan and Kelly. And they did a whole like music intro and she's just there. And then see how like Kel says, oh, here it goes. Hers was, here comes the bus or something stupid like that. And then he was like, that was whack. Like, it was just absolutely hilarious. And then, obviously, SNL, NBC posted it on their page as well. And then Keenan in the comments, he says, shouts to my brother, Kel Mitchell, for coming through and crushing it. To the great and legendary Keke, thank you for this brilliant idea and for absolutely destroying it. Epic night. And then Kel commented and says, so much fun, or here it goes, which is super, super cool. And then Keke's caption as well. She said, I had such an amazing time hosting SNL. Truly such a unique experience. I learned so much. The cast was incredible. I was so happy to be taken into their home for such a short time. Being around so many others that appreciate and put their all into their craft was especially fulfilling. I would love to perform so much. I love bringing laughter and good vibes and just taking us all away for a moment, even if not just for myself, but for whoever wants to join. And then she went on to thank, people that helped in making all of this happen. And she said, who could have told little me that I'd be on stage with Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell for a Kenan and Kelly reunion? I would have passed out. These brothers are icons. Talent like theirs is hard to come by. There's a reason why we love that show, and it's because they knew what they were doing, even as kids. And then she goes on to say thank you to NBC and also the writers. And then she also goes on to say that this year has taken me for a ride, and how cool, my baby and I are already doing it all together. Thank you, God. Thank you to my amazing parents and family who continuously support me. She said thank you to her spiritual sister. And then she went on to thank her team as well, who've been doing a lot for her. And then she said thank you to my other half, Darius Bolton, for giving me the things that only true unity can bring. Love is all we have, isn't it? You do nothing in this world alone, and trust me, I am not alone. Very grateful. Happy holidays. It's just super, super cool. I love Keke, man. She's absolute good vibes, and I think it's such a blessing. I love seeing people have babies and like get engaged and all that great stuff. And then on engagement as well, the UK influencer, a real baddie. Sis's makeup routine is always flawless, but only Bella. She's engaged as well to her long-term, boyfriend. And her caption was, I said yes to love my life, and so cute, beautiful ring. But yeah, guys, that is all there is from me today. Let's get into People's Journal.
Welcome to the People's Journal. I'll give you news from an economics point of view. I haven't got much today to talk about. It's generally just about strikes and stuff and the effects of it. Obviously, I've been speaking about train strikes and everything, but remember I was also speaking about the Royal Mail striking. So they had the Royal Mail workers were planning on taking strike action on the 9th, 11th, 14th, 15th, 23rd and 24th of December. Obviously, they want to get pay rises that kind of at least close to inflation. So it's not like they're taking a real terms pay cut. Because of that, Currys have basically come out and said, look, we're not using Royal Mail anymore. So they've lost business now because of that. Because obviously the government not the government, but Royal Mail doesn't want to actually give the workers what they feel they deserve. So yeah, Currys has come out and basically said, following on from the wave of strike action, obviously people are going to be trying to buy their goods for Christmas and things of that nature. They can't really be having all their stock just there. You know what I'm saying? When people are trying to get their stuff, on a run up to Christmas and whatnot. So yeah, the Currys chief executive, Alex Baldock, basically came out and seemed like a shock to me, but he was basically saying Royal Mail is easily switchable, man. Said they're just a regular thingy, basically.
I can't. Royal Mail is sick. Like, as in, they're good. Nothing
Compared
in
to
this
every.
Hermes, they're the worst in the land. Like,
it's disgusting.
I don't know how they're in business. They literally piss me off so much.
Yeah, it's a shame. But obviously they need to get their stock out to the people, innit? So if Royal Mail is striking, it's not like they have much choice. You know what I mean? So yeah, they just said they're easily switchable.
He's rude for that.
Very. And they're just going to move on to another company. There's no real sign of what company that's going to be, but yeah, basically just saying they're just going to get an alternative delivery firm that hopefully won't cause any additional problems. Train strikes again. RMT Union has rejected the offer from basically the group representing train companies, hoping to stop the strikes and whatnot. The offer was 8% in total, so meant to be 4% for this year, backdated to the beginning of the financial year in April, and then 4% going forward. They basically said, no, that's not good enough for us. Which, to be fair, I understand, because if you think about inflation, especially if you're doing it in terms of the RPI of February, which a lot of these companies do, it was like 8% already. So basically you're asking the people to take the 2 years inflation offer that you've given to cover, the offer you've given to cover 2 years when it should really just cover 1 year. Yeah, so obviously they've said no at the moment, and they're still looking to do four 48-hour strikes. So that's going to be on the 13th to the 14th of December, 16th to the 17th of December, 3rd and 4th of January, and 6th to 7th of January. So if they don't get a good enough offer in that time, people expect to plan your journeys in a particular way so you're not affected by this. Because of these strikes as well, you've got the Tory chairman, Nadim Zahawi. Remember that guy? He's the guy that, I think he was, when Boris was about to leave, I think, yes. So when Sunak...
For a brief moment, yeah.
Yes, exactly. When Sunak resigned, innit, he jumped in it. Yeah, that guy. Anyway, he's come out to basically say, look, all these strikes are unfair, man. It doesn't make sense for you guys to be doing this, especially when it comes to pivotal parts of the economy, basically.
I think that's why you should give them the money then.
This is it. Yeah, that's the whole point. And
that's the whole point, yeah.
That's why
Cause
you give the peas,
disruption.
Exactly, and if you're
It's
so
not meant to
pressed
be
about
convenient.
it, exactly.
Exactly. So yeah, man.
Silly
Obviously,
man.
he's complaining because I think we spoke about this last week, how they're trying to get the military to actually take on the roles of some of these people. So like border force at airports, driving ambulances. They want the military to be doing those type of things, right, to cover for the strikes and whatnot. So yeah, like you rightly said, it just seems like their approach to these guys is just not serious, especially when you consider the fact that a lot of these private companies that have got what's the word? They've got certain contracts in place, right? A lot of them were paid in line with inflation by the government. It's just that they don't want that money to be translated to the workers as well. And the government seems to be funding them as well, bailing them out when these people are going on strikes. So the strikes doesn't seem to be as effective as in the past it would do.
But then he tried to basically say that we should stop. Well, not we, whoever's actually asking for more money. Because if we do that, we're actually saying F you to Putin. That's what he basically said. That's what all the talk is about right now.
Yeah, exactly. So he basically said, because he was speaking to the BBC, right? And he basically said that Putin wants to see the strikes.
Yeah.
Right. So guys, don't do the strikes so that we can kind of just be one up on Putin.
Yeah. So he said, continue suffering.
He's an animal, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously the unions came out and said this guy's just chatting a bunch of crap in it. Don't listen to him. And the last thing really is just about oil prices. Unfortunately, oil prices have begun to rise, man. So we may expect that to trickle down into all the areas of our lives where we kind of depend on oil. It rose on today by 0.6% to above $86 a barrel. On Friday, the G7 agreed to basically put a cap the price of Russian oil at $60 a barrel to raise pressure on Russia over the invasion of Ukraine. But who knows how long that's going to last. And like I always say, everyone's going to pay for it at some point in time. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much it for the People's Journal.
Alrighty. Well, let's get into our weekly. I think of wigs, you know. Our weekly music digest. Let's get into the rotation. No, you got to start again.
Oh, sorry. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the rotation. I want to start with Margs, actually, because Margs wasn't here earlier to share his weekend experience at the concert.
Oh, yeah.
As it is music related, can we get a quick breakdown of the Burna Boy concert, please?
Boy, what do you want to know? I was there in full effect.
Did you enjoy it? Was it a good performance?
I'm not gonna lie, Burna Boy is cold, you know.
He's sick, innit?
He's lit. He's a dope performer. He just commanded the stage.
Yeah.
Had everybody's attention, captivated the place, running the rhythms.
Yeah.
He was just working, you get me? I see him when he come out, he was in a big jacket, yeah, with a polo neck underneath, yeah. I mean, I know Sweden's cold, yeah, but I was thinking...
Big man.
I was thinking, kiddie. This ain't making sense, you get me? Like, bruv, 2 songs in, Donny was topless and sweating.
Sounds about right.
Literally.
Sounds about right.
No, it was lit though, man. It was big. He's got some big tunes in it, really, when you take it in.
I saw you cultural appropriating.
Me?
Yeah, I saw you there.
You know what?
Talking about I'm Nigerian for today. I saw you
I
phony.
saw that. I said, okay.
You little fake ass.
Oliver Marks.
You know Marks.
You know my roots. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Roots, reality, and culture thing. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was there with my people. Them.
Yeah.
So I knew I was out of my depth though.
Why?
Because people was there. They really knew the words.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just like, but the bing, but the go. Hey, listen.
I hate you.
You're dumb.
I hate you.
You are actually an egg. You really are.
I just make noises.
Yes.
Of course.
Clip that
What?
one.
No, I just make noises in rhythm.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Noises in rhythm.
Like, but
I
these
hear
was.
it though.
No, these are bilingual. They was, they knew the words. You get me?
What song got the biggest reception?
Oh, Last, obviously.
Over you.
I don't think it's even obvious, you know.
Yeah, no,
Burna Boy's got a lot
Last.
of bangers.
Last went off. Ye went off as well.
Yeah.
No, wait there. One of them went off. Oh, I can't think. And
Killing them.
In the Kingdom Mansion.
Killing them, sure.
oh, that went off. All of them went off.
He whispered, so you know it really went off. Yeah.
All of them went off as well. You get me? And then obviously you got to understand some of them rhythms. I don't know the names of them,
Yeah.
so I couldn't
I
tell
love
you.
Burna Man.
Yeah.
You took it back, yeah. Oh, what song?
It's just like, yeah. It's like, yeah, I like that.
I like that one. That's about it. But no, man, it was dope, man. It was a good show,
That's good.
good turnout, good vibes. Sweden's kind of all right.
Yeah.
Did you have any other acts? Any surprise pop? He's not really the guy to do surprise acts.
I haven't been to a Burna Boy concert before, so I'm not.
Oh
And that's
no,
because he
there was like a.
performs. So no shade to the other artists.
Oh
fully
no, there was
shade.
like a
Oh, they catch it.
What do they call that stuff?
A support act.
He might have been a support act. Yeah, I'm sure it was like a reggaeton man or something.
Okay, I should have asked.
I'm sure there was a brother doing reggaeton there.
Might have been, but
Because I weren't really paying attention.
okay.
I didn't go and sit down until Burner come on.
Okay, fair enough.
I was just in the mix, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
The ambiance. Mingling and that, you know what I'm trying to say? Networking.
Of course, always.
Trying to find some guests for the new black.
Of course.
You get me,
No,
Brent?
imagine if you say TDM and the new black, the whole network.
That's how you know he's like.
Exactly. Can't even lie straight. Oh, come on.
Nah, it was good though,
That's so
man.
funny.
Burner Boy is dope. Burner
Yeah,
Boy
he's
dope.
sick.
I'm glad I got to see him.
That's
You get me? I'm glad I got to see him.
It's in London next year.
Yeah, but I ain't going there.
All right.
Nice, thank you.
I need
for
to
that
go no
review.
more, innit? I've done it now. So, on to the next one. I heard that Shake didn't come onto the stage until midnight.
In Birmingham.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was
I'm not
gonna be my
gonna-
next thing actually.
Is it?
Thanks
Okay.
for that perfect segue.
Thank you.
So Asher K had his concert in Birmingham, and I just saw a whole load of uproar on Twitter about everything from his lateness to the performance to the live band to
He done it on purpose. Donnie's got one album, innit? He's going to perform 20 minutes and cut. He don't need
Okay,
to do
don't be
it.
silly now.
No, let's have it right.
Said he's got 30
And to,
minutes.
be fair, no, but think all his songs are bare short though. His
Yeah,
songs,
but-
they're not even 3 minutes.
Yeah, but
I
a few
think quarter to
reloads.
11 he weren't on the
Ooh,
stage or something,
actually.
innit?
something like that. When's his London show?
Sunday, boy. I
I
got
saw-
mad anxiety.
Okay.
What, this Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh crap, it's gone. Because
don't know how
I
it's
follow
gonna
someone who they had a set list of like everything's gonna perform and all that kind of stuff, and they had the times on there. I wish I screenshot it.
Even the layout looked like
The layout
a church.
was. I'm not gonna lie.
Like a,
No, the church. I know what you mean.
The
screen-
Like like a choir.
yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't given.
He had the drums in the center, and he had that weird churchy like banner background. You know what I'm talking about?
Asher K in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Well, that's creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
It was underwhelming.
But you know, I think with certain with concerts like as in Afrobeats in concerts in other cities in the UK, it never really slaps. London is the main event.
hub,
London
innit?
is when they
Yeah.
bring the extra guests. London is when they go
Yeah, they
above
go
and
all out.
beyond. But the Birmingham one was. Did you see the video of the people like outside
The
and
stampede.
couldn't get in this? It was mad.
Do you know what it is though? Yeah, I feel like
Yikes.
some people are like, "Oh, London's gonna be like they're not gonna do that with London." Yeah, but my thing is, it's like one, there's gonna be probably twice the amount of people going in London, and then like, bruv, this thing's in Brixton. That's I shot Mama Shot Dad Ministries. Like that's where they reside.
Yeah.
So
That's where they reside. That's where they reside.
this is where they do, outreach.
Yeah, okay.
Protocol, everything. So me, I'm just like, that'll do it.
That'll do it, sis.
Literally.
That'll do it.
So I don't really know how it's gonna go down,
Yeah.
But you be there nonetheless.
I mean, come on. For the content, you know it. Come on. Got to report the next day and be like,
I haven't got to take it
Just
back.
let
I've
me
got
down.
faith that I'm gonna be there.
oh, sister.
I don't know how.
How was Kevin?
I didn't see him, man. I didn't butt none of the TDA lot, man. It was a struggle out there. You get me? I was speaking to someone in the DMs. They was telling me they was going to some party, and I think I tried to go there, but then I couldn't get in. It was too busy, so I had to go somewhere else. But we was there in spirit, man. We was there enjoying. You get what I'm trying to say? You get me? It was a lot of love. It was alright. I need to go back there in the summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that cold is cold.
So that cold is cold.
Yeah, no, like it cuts
Really?
through to your core. Like it's,
The ones.
yeah, like it's cold. It's ice. You get me? They're just out there, just normal with it. Like,
I like
it's,
Migos when you said that.
nah, they're sick because they don't even care. They just like acclimatized. They just think it's normal. And the black people as well. You get me? They're just out there in the cold. Like it's.
It's living in
Like
it.
it's nothing.
But I need to go summer and see what it's saying. I think it'll be alright out there. You don't want to know too much. I didn't vlog, yeah, because I didn't go out and do anything crazy. So I didn't vlog. So there was no
Coverage.
yeah, there was no coverage, there was no entertainment, no vibes. And then man, they bring me to one dance. I thought they were gonna bring me Dalston Junction, but I was blowing.
No.
might as well have been in Visions, blood.
That was underground joints.
Yeah, like bring me some weird Shoreditch dance, like where those in there now. I was like, what's this, man? You got me twisted, man. This ain't my MO. You get me? I wanted to be like in Mayfair. I wanted to be like in Libertine. You get me? Like I wanted tables and bottles and bitches. These are
Tables, bottles, and bitches.
yeah.
Okay.
I hear it.
Then you would have got the vlog. You would have got it in, but nah, they brought me to different spots. The gal are clean out there though.
I was gonna ask. I've heard Swedish girls are nice.
Yeah, no, the levels. It's a good standard out there still. It's a good standard. You've got to fix up as well because you've got to be more bilingual. Everyone over there could just speak bare different languages.
I'm bilingual.
Yeah, but you don't use it though.
I speak Yoruba.
Yeah, but I've never heard
Put
you
some
speaking
Afrobeats
Yoruba.
on. Put some Afrobeats on, you can hear it.
Like, I've never heard you just running it. You get me, like, because they're just talking different languages. But anybody you rap with can talk English too.
But hold on a minute. How can you expect us to who
Thank
here
you.
are we gonna have the
Thank
conversation
you.
with? None of
Each
you look-
other.
None of you look and speak Twi. Oh,
I said
this is-
each other.
This is the problem. So you think we because we're African, we all speak the same language?
You think
what I'm saying?
everyone black is
Because
over?
that's
You think
what
African?
yeah,
Y'all
you
speak African, right?
You think we speak African? Because you just said each other.
Please, he said this once. But
Knowing
remember
that we're not all from the same place.
Yeah, but you can.
Hello,
Like,
hi. No.
Nah, that
you can work it out. You can
that
make,
ain't
No,
it.
we
That ain't
can't,
it, bro.
You must be able to work
That
it
ain't
out.
No,
it.
we
Mix and
can't.
match.
Literally.
Yeah, like on a broken thing, like you must. There must be a way to communicate.
Yeah, that's pidgin English.
That's pigeon. That's broken
English.
English.
Broken English.
There's a version of pidgin from all your languages though, so there must be a middle
but
ground.
we don't speak pigeon, babes.
I see people that are like Spanish, reasoning with Italians and that. You get what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about though. They can break it down and decipher it. There's certain things in language. It's not the same, but it's right.
No, because
allow me, man.
No, I'm not allowing you. You know why? Nah, because hold on. Even in like Nigeria, isn't there bare like different languages in your
Yeah,
own?
of course there is.
Fam,
Yeah.
in Ghana, there's bare. So I can't now be going to another man's country and trying to decipher what they're saying when I don't even understand certain languages in my own country. So no, it don't fly.
I'm
Sorry.
just
But
saying.
you know, here's Yoruba for your stuff. You up? Over to you, Yusuf.
All right, thank you, Margs. You've provided me with a lot of entertainment today. All right, but before I leave you alone, out of 10, Burna Boy concert, out of 10?
I'd give it a solid 8.
You're tight.
Good going.
Hey, we're in a 10.
Good going.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a super fan. I don't want to say 10. That's crazy.
Because you didn't know the words.
What if I you mean like I'll dash my knickers on the stage or something? 10.
No, eight's a good number.
Eight's a
number.
good,
It's
solid number. That was good. It was proper. That's
What could
proper.
have made it better though? What could have made it a 10?
If I knew the words.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
that's on you then.
Hmm?
That's your problem. That's a personal problem.
Yeah, if I knew the words, then
Hear that, Burn us a 10.
All right, thanks for that, Margs. Nice 8. All right, well, you'll be interested in the next bit of news as well. Your babes, SZA, has announced the date of her album, SOS,
what's the date?
next Friday.
Jeez, I'm not coming in that day.
Take it all in.
Yeah, I think she announced it over the weekend. She was on SNL as well with Keke, I believe, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Album covers look decent as well. It's her basically sitting in the middle of the ocean. Looks quite dope. But yeah, your babes is out next Friday.
She's in my top 5 on my Spotify wrap up every single year.
I'm gonna ask
Is
you.
it?
You know what? Can you high five me?
Why?
That was my next segue. Did anyone do their Spotify or Apple Music wrap up?
Yeah.
I did.
Because I saw someone in the
Found it.
community mention that they wanted to know our wraps up. Brent said he'll remind us.
What songs or
I
artists?
didn't remember. We can do it.
Do you remember?
We can do both. So I'm not on Spotify. So mine's at Apple Music.
Well, mine's Apple.
How'd
as
you
well,
do
but-
it?
You
Isn't
go
it-
into Apple Music and then there should be like it says 22 replays.
Oh,
if you go to browse
Okay.
or listen now, you can find it there. So you can do artists, you can do albums, you can do whatever. So I'll start with mine, then we can go around the room.
Can't find it.
So, someone said, they want to know if the Nas enthusiasts are actually living their raps, and sir, I definitely am. All right, so my top 5, well, Apple Music give you bare, they give you like the top 10 or 20, but I'll just do top 5, right? So my top 5 artists of the year, I'll go from 5 to 1. Wizkid at number 5, K-Trap at number 4, Drake at number 3, Jay-Z at number 2, and Did You Ever Doubt Me? Nas at number 1.
Was nice
If,
enough
yeah,
one
if
for
Nas
real.
was your number 1, yeah, you would have.
What's his number 1? But I'll say this, though. Nas has released a lot of music in the last 2 years, especially in the last year. That's why he's number 1. I went back my previous years, and it varies. But because Nas has got so much music out right now, that's why he's number 1. So out of 606 artists played, these are my top 5. In terms of, let's do albums. Again, no surprises here. Number 5, you got Burna Boy with Love, Damani. Number 4, Nas, King's Disease 2. Number 3 is Drake and 21 Savage. I'm not sure how this one got into. It must have been because of the rotation. I'll probably just listen to it bare just to review it. Her Loss at number 3. Then Nas, Magic number 2. And Nas, King's Disease 3 at number 1.
You got 3 Nas albums in your top 5.
Come on, I live my raps. I'm a real nigga, bruv.
That's funny. I don't know why that's funny to me.
Yeah, all right. Margs, your top 5 artists, please, and top 5 albums listen to this
I
year.
don't. It doesn't give me album play. I think I screenshot because I was supposed to post it. I didn't post it. Where is it? 1 second.
Esther.
Mine is jokes. Okay.
I've got. Oh,
I'll
sorry.
go.
That wasn't that long. You're trying to move on.
Is this
from me.
right? Okay, carry
Gina.
on.
Okay.
What would you ask this first, yeah?
Yeah, top 5 artists of the year.
Oh shit! I deleted it.
Artists. Okay, my top 5 artists are. It's all Amapiano, you know.
Oh, is it?
Literally.
Right.
Girl, that's on brand.
Yeah, to be fair, like, okay, so DJ Mafarisa, is number 1. Musa Keys is number 2. Cabs Ali Small is number 3. Number 4 is Maverick City. And number 5 is Victoni. Number 6 is Kids. Oh. Anyway. And then what'd you say after artists?
Top 5 artists of the year.
That's artists. I've done artists.
Oh, that was artists. Sorry, top 5 songs. Sorry, albums. Sorry.
Albums.
But if you don't do albums, because I know you're not really album person.
No, but my albums, funnily enough.
Go on.
TJ Moses, Complex Simplicity.
Bluetooth.
No, but that's
that's a big album.
That album is like,
album.
yeah,
That's a big
I love
album.
that. Second is Ashake, Mr. Money with the Vibe. Third is Burna Boy Love, Damini. And number 4, More Love, Less Ego. Number 5, Rihanna Rated.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know why that's there.
The thing is, remember, you could bang one song off the album and it'll put that album.
I
in the
don't
top
get
5.
why Rihanna Rated R
I'm
is
looking
on
at,
there.
that's why I did literally just
Yeah.
ask what year we in, because it's showing me, man, I'm like,
Yeah, because
I don't get why Rihanna's there.
especially I think if you listen to it in the album as opposed to listening to it as a single, it counts. Yeah, so
I've got my artist now.
I'll go
Do you want it from 5 to 1 or 1 to 5?
5 to 1, please.
Okay. So 5 is Scissor, which is sad.
Okay, well
She
done,
should-
on
she
brand.
she should be higher.
it's not on brand. He
Why?
said she's my top artist every single year.
No, but at least she's
She
in the
is.
top 5.
That's what you call the top.
Well, she ain't released music in God knows how long.
Okay, go on.
So we want from her.
To be
Yeah.
fair, that speaks to your dedication to SZA because she ain't released music since 2017, right?
There you go.
And he's top 5 still.
That's true, actually.
She's always in my top 5.
All right.
There we go. So 5 is Scissor. 4 is Skeng. That's a Jamaican artist, guys. So,
Yeah, because I didn't know.
yeah, just checking. 3 is Future.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You know,
Makes
On
sense.
brand.
come on, man. Yeah, man. Shouts out Hendrix. 2 is Geordie.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. There you go.
Was he number 1 because you were listening back to the mixtape you were on, or you just listened to his music?
I listened to Geordie's music.
Okay.
I can probably recite most of his music.
No, he's sick. Jordy's good. It's interesting.
No, it's just when you asked him, it was funny.
Yeah, no, 2 is Geordie, and Geordie was in my top 5 last year as well. And number 1 is Drake. And they don't give me albums, but they've given me songs.
Go on.
Number 5 is Hands Down by Steady Hendrix, which is a dope
I think
song.
songs is interesting actually. 'Cause that really gives me like an insight. Go on.
Yeah. 5 is Hands Down by Steady Hendrix, which
Yeah.
is sick. 4 is 23 by Skeng.
Mm.
That's a Jamaican artist.
Yeah, we remembered from the last one.
All right, you told us about it a second ago.
3 is About You by Blast. I think Blast is called.
Yeah, Blast is good.
2's Uber X by Geordie. And 1 is I Hate You by SZA.
Okay, but my favorite Geordie song is Cherry B.
Oh, that's lit as well.
Cherry B's cold. When it first came out, I was rinsing it hard. Emmanuel, have you got yours?
Yeah, bro.
Go on. I said MF Doom. Talib Kweli Mostef. Common sense.
It might surprise you because I'm definitely surprised.
Okay.
But the thing is, I don't listen to music like I used to. Innit?
Yeah.
But anyway, 5, Burna Boy.
Yep.
4, Jay-Z.
Okay.
3, Future.
Okay.
I don't know
You
how
listen
that's-
to brand.
I don't know how that's possible.
Toxic.
Yeah. That's why I said it's on brand.
It's on brand. It's on brand.
It makes sense now.
2 is Wizkid,
Okay.
the best Afrobeat artist of all time. And number 1 is Ashake.
Okay.
Well, why isn't he number 1 then if he's the best Afrobeat artist of all time? Wait,
Wizkid,
the white people at Spotify
That's what I'm saying.
hacked it. Yeah, I know them ones. Yeah. Imagine.
All right. Have everyone done this, Brent?
I only have like songs,
I go.
top songs.
I'm actually very intrigued to hear what your top 5 songs are.
Okay, it will make sense to be honest. Well, it should.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Jump away. jump away.
Oh, you don't get involved. You dropping?
This is why they say we speak African.
Go, bring it down.
Nipsey Hussle, Rap Niggas.
Okay.
Pusha T, Diet Coke.
Okay.
Pusha T and Pharrell Williams, Neck and Wrist. Pusha T, Let the Smoker Shine.
You on that Pusha T album, man?
Victory Lap. Then I have Abo, M, Velo, Feet, Mellow, and Sleazy and MJ.
That is I'm a piano. That's what
I was going to say that's a piano, isn't it?
That's your number 1.
No? I started from number 1.
Oh, you went.
You went all the way down. Okay. Okay.
Organize, Asake.
Man, like, what number is that?
Organized.
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 It's organized.
Organize.
Thank you.
And
Oh,
then I
lovely.
have,
That's on brand.
The Game and Kanye West Easy. Then Young Nigga, Nipsey Hussle, Burna Boy Last.
This is your songs.
Peace beyond. This is just the list of most English
Question:
songs.
do you like sing these songs?
Sing it?
Like, do you when you listen? Do you
It's
like,
normally in the gym, you know.
I know, but do you ever like?
And move?
Do you know the words?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know the words?
Whilst it's playing, yeah.
Swear.
Yeah.
Where's it? Organize.
Okay, let me do mine.
Alright, go
So
on.
my artist,
Oh yeah, I forgot
I'm
you
actually-
went, sorry.
I'm very proud of this. I haven't got add this to my list when I get to the kingdom.
Yeah, go on.
So my fifth one is William McDowell.
Who?
He's a gospel artist. A lot of mine is gospel.
Okay.
Fourth is Burna Boy.
Yeah.
Third is Kirk Franklin. Second is Israel and New Breed. And the first is Maverick City.
Funny thing is,
Can
that's
I
what
get a
that's
revolution?
what I thought he would give me.
Yeah.
Can I get a
I
revolution?
thought Brent was about to give me that same list.
But the albums is funny though.
Go on.
Okay,
Can't
but
have Kirk
albums,
Franklin on your
the
top
fifth,
5, man.
Why not?
What?
Kirk is cold. Are you alright?
I know he's cold.
Mark,
But that's stage.
Mark, when you get up above and you're trying to text me talking about can you speak to God so I can come in, you're gonna be glad I was a different Kirk Franklin then. Don't try it.
Kirk, aka Plies.
All right, so my albums, the fifth is Kingdom Book 1, which is Maverick's album with Kirk Franklin. And fourth is Stormzy's. This came out the other day. That's why I don't understand what's going on here. And then third is Adekunle Gold, Catch Me If You Can. And then this is, okay. And then the second one is Ari Lennox, Age, Sex, Location. And then the first one is Israel New Breed, Project LA. If you want a good praise and worship album.
You single-handedly kept the gospel charts alive.
I really did.
2020.
We got me and all the saints. Big up all the saints out here.
That's right.
Love it.
What's it called? Do you guys have how many minutes you've listened to music?
Oh,
Obviously-
yes.
Obviously,
Yeah.
listens to music the most.
I don't listen to music.
So
To be
mine
honest,
is-
I listen to a lot of mixes though.
Cool. Mine is 27,570 minutes.
Oh, no, if I can check that. I think mine's like 3,000
I
minutes.
think Apple Music you could definitely check. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
about
Apple Music you
Spotify.
can. So
Spotify, you can. I saw it. Right.
Okay.
I
I want to see who.
it's on the songs bit, right?
Mine's,
was yours again?
Where do I go?
Mine's,
This
huh?
whole thing's looking weird.
was yours
It's
again?
annoying.
Mine's 27,570.
Hold on. Why is Apple doing theirs like this?
It's very awkward, isn't it?
36, 5 to 5.
36. Okay, Brent.
Yeah.
beat me, man.
Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I don't know where I'm
Well,
Okay,
they
there we
said
go.
they said I explored 48 different genres of music.
Yeah.
My number one's rap, second's UK rap, third's R&B, fourth is dancehall, and fifth is Afro pop.
Mine's hip hop, rap, R&B, and soul. East Coast rap, hardcore rap. That's my top
No,
5
East
genres.
Coast, West Coast.
What? No place for R&B?
I said R&B soul number 3, bro.
Oh, okay.
So mine's, go on.
No, you go. Yeah.
Mine's 16,894. You don't know what my top genre is.
I'm confused. I don't even know.
Wait, how many minutes you say you had?
27,000.
So Brent is in the lead with
You
40
You listen to
something.
more music than me, man.
How much is yours?
Wait, that's
25,500.
This can't be accurate.
with all them morning karaoke's you do.
Where'd you find it?
Huh?
With all them morning
No, I
karaoke's you do.
screenshot
I'm
it.
just
Is
disgusted.
it
I've
like
listened to those
a
songs
list of it?
10,000 times. I get my 10 seconds and turn that shit off.
Mine don't show. At the top, it just says.
Oh, do the montage thing.
Oh, the one
And
that
then-
says.
What's your name?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
yours?
Eman, what's yours?
26,455.
You're on
That's
it,
a lot.
bro.
You're more
It's
than
impossible.
That's more
Nah.
music
I
than
said,
me.
I said they're hacking, they really hacked the
Listen to me
system.
like that.
You do, evidently.
They're hacking, man. And my 5 genres: number 1, hip hop; number 2, Nigerian pop; 3, UK hip hop; 4, R&B; 5, jazz.
Oh, my minutes were
That's it,
What's yours?
jazz.
9,476.
Okay.
I thought you go gym. You work out in
My
silence.
gym's lit though. I don't. When I'm in the gym, I don't even bother.
Okay.
Brent? Oh, you told me yours already. Esther, you got yours?
16,000 something. Wasn't
Okay.
it? Yeah.
So Brent, then me, then 20. What's yours again?
26 something.
Eman, then Gina. All right, cool. Nice one, guys. All right, so the only album I've got or music I've got to review this week is from Metro Boomin. You know the producer Metro Boomin? Yeah, so he released an album called Heroes and Villains. All right, 15 songs, 48 minutes. Features from all the usual suspects. You got 21 Savage on there 4 times. Future on there 4 times. You got Gunna, Travis Scott on there 4 times. Esther's fave, Chris Brown on there.
That's right.
Young Thug on there twice. Don Toliver on there 3 times. Then you got The Weeknd, A$AP Rocky. You've actually got Takeoff on there. His first appearance on a record since his untimely passing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Takeoff's on there as well. Young Nudie, John Legend, and Mustafa. So yeah, all the artists I just mentioned. Imagine the type of beats and songs that you would hear those artists on. You know, the Future sound, the Gunna sound. Yeah, that's kind of the sound of the album. If you're familiar with Metro Boomin's work, you kind of, without even listening to it, you kind of know what type of vibe you're going to get from the album, innit? For me personally, I listened to it like 2.5 times. It's nothing special. All the beats kind of sound the same-ish. And also hearing a lot of the same artists over and over again became a little bit redundant and boring.
Okay.
I wish he had a wider scope of artists and it wasn't the same artists. Like I said, Future's on there 4 times, Savage on there 4 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, a lot of the same artists were featured on a lot of the songs, which was a bit boring. I feel like it lacked range. It lacked something different than what I expected. Even though, you know, I knew what his sound was, I wish he gave me a bit more of what his sound was. It was a bit too safe, a bit too nothing really, you know, pushed the soundscape. Standout track for me actually was track 10, called "Creepin'," which was it's a remake of Mario Winans' "I Don't Wanna Know." You know, the biggest simp anthem of all time. It's basically a remake because the chorus and the lyrics are exactly the same. The beat is remixed a bit, but it's, you know, it has all the original elements of the original song. 21 Savage is on it. Dropped a decent verse. The Weeknd done a decent job on the hook, and The Weeknd makes me feel I can sing on this song. Like, the vocals weren't, you know what I mean? And you know how you feel about my singing.
I was so happy you looked at me when you said that.
No, I was in the car singing it along, and I felt like my pitch was the same as his. So I don't know if that means that I can sing good or he's not singing good. I'm not sure which one.
I'm the judge of that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My fave track on the album is the song with Takeoff, actually, Feel the Fire, which is A$AP Rocky and Takeoff. Sped up soul sample, a la Dipset, Heatmakers kind of vibe. I enjoyed hearing Takeoff because I never even looked at the track list fully. So his voices came and it was a surprise. Like, oh, Takeoff's on it. Dope. Quite a good song. Also, Kanye West is credited on the song. So I'm not sure if he was a writer or if he was on the song originally and removed. And obviously, Metro might have removed him because of all his recent antics, but still kept in the credits. Not sure which is which. Also, another song that I liked was Umbrella. Another soul sample beat, lots of dramatic drums and keys. That one featured 21 Savage and Young Nudie. They done what they had to do on it. Anyway, this is the only major release of the weekend. Anyone else listen to it?
No.
No, unanimous, no.
I was in Stockholm. I was on this Afrobeats.
Obviously.
You keep really stuck, isn't
Is that a
it's
call or was
really-
that your thing?
Yes.
First of all, don't embarrass me. I
Alarm
whispered
alarm.
it to you.
Oh,
You
sorry.
whispered answer back.
I don't know what that was.
Sorry, did I miss a joke?
No.
No, nothing at all.
Yeah, for me, rotation wise, this is a no. I'm not gonna listen to it again. I'll probably ban Creeping again. Just
That's on
because
Takeoff?
It's a song. No, that's the one with. That's the Mario Winans remake.
Okay.
Because it's a song that I know of.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's familiar. The Takeoff song I might listen to a couple more times, but all in all, yeah, it didn't really touch me. To be fair,
It's a shame.
but yeah, if you're a fan of all those guys I just mentioned, the Gunners, the 21s, the Futures, and this might be for you, but it definitely isn't for me. But yeah, man, there wasn't much music over the weekend, so that's all I have to review. But thanks for sharing your Spotify, Apple Music playlist. That was cool. And yeah, man, we'll see you next week for the Scissor review.
Oh, so this Friday?
Yeah, it comes out this Friday.
Oh, wow,
So
okay.
We'll speak about Monday.
Yeah, I'll listen to it.
Eager to hear Margs' thoughts on that one.
It better be good. That's what I know. It needs to be a classic.
Yeah, after
It needs to be her best album ever.
She must be so nervous, you know.
She's got to be.
after such a big break.
The pressure is
It's worse.
rife. Yeah.
How many times have you listened to Shirt since it came out? Or Shirt in your top anything? Top 10, top 20?
No, it would have been only just come out. I probably played it about 50 times.
50, how many times?
50 or something.
50.
Yeah.
It's a very specific number.
Maybe. I play if I hear songs I like, I rinse them.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. My Kane song. The songs that just came out in the last month.
No, maybe not even that many
my
times, but I
top
played it.
10.
I played it enough times though.
Yeah.
It's not up there though. I don't think I think it's good. I think it's a nice listen to, but it's not
Yeah.
like a.
Maybe you're saying.
It's not
You doing a
thing
shimmy.
All right. Over to you, Esther.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that. All right, let's get into our headlines.
All right. So the Met Office has issued its first snow warning of this winter, as Britain is expected to face icy temperatures this week. A yellow weather warning for snow has been issued for northern Scotland on Wednesday, with snow showers likely to disrupt travel. Snow could also fall in parts of Northern Ireland and northeast England, with the coldest temperatures expected from Wednesday onwards. Much of the UK is expected to remain just above freezing during the day and fall below overnight. The Met Office said it will likely continue to be cold with further showers for much of the UK, which will fall as sleet and snow across the north, leading to some accumulations of snow across higher ground. Showers falling as rain or sleet are more likely in parts of the south. So hopefully we don't get like proper snow down here anyway. Forecasts suggest a good deal of fine and dry weather with sunny spells at times in the south, but with some sharp overnight frosts expected. However, temperatures are expected to remain cold or very cold throughout the UK next week.
I'm just going to let you guys know from now, if it ever snows, like seriously, I can't drive in the snow. So I will be dialing in because I don't know what to do. Like, when the sky starts to go left and I'm steering right, like what? I don't know. It literally scares me. Pray, God, Jesus ain't taking that wheel. I'm going to meet him in person. Scary.
And the next one is takes us to South Africa, man. So the South African president, Cyril Ramaphosa, has said his fate is in his party's hands. In his first comments since an official report on the scandal over money stolen. Why is my thing messing up like
I think it's just so dramatic.
Stolen from his farm.
If you stole the money, your fate is in your hands as a thief. It's not in anybody's hands.
Well, let's see what happens. So opponents have called for his resignation after a panel of legal experts concluded he may have broken the law. On Saturday, Mr. Ramaphosa's spokesman suggested he would fight on. The president has now said the party top brass should decide his next move. The leaders of the governing African National Congress, the ANC, are currently meeting in Johannesburg to discuss the findings of the report. Speaking outside the venue for the meeting, the president said that his fellow members of the National Working Committee had given him permission not to attend so that they are free to express themselves as openly and as thoroughly as possible without any form of fear or favour. On Monday, the ANC's larger decision-making body, the National Executive Committee, the NEC, will also be meeting. The scandal erupted in June when a former South African spy boss, Arthur Fraser, filed a complaint with the police, accusing the president of hiding a theft of $4 million in cash from his Fala Fala game farm in 2020. Mr. Ramaphosa admitted that the money had been stolen, but said it wasn't $4 million, it was actually $580,000. The president said the $580,000 had come from the sale of a buffalo, but the panel, headed by a former Chief Justice, said it had substantial doubts about whether a sale took place. The panel's findings have been handed to Parliament, which is set to examine them and decide whether or not to launch impeachment proceedings against the president. On Saturday, Mr. Ramaphosa's spokesman, Vincent Magwenya, said that the president was not resigning based on a flawed report, neither is he stepping aside, adding that it may be in the long-term interest and sustainability of our constitutional democracy, well beyond the Ramaphosa presidency, that such a clearly flawed report is challenged. Mr. Ramaphosa is also under pressure from the opposition, as well as rivals within the ANC to resign. And the last thing takes us to the best country in the world.
England.
In theory, Nigeria.
Are you
in theory?
England?
I don't know why I said that. I don't know.
You're having a day, mate.
Where are you really from?
England? Your roots.
No, when the sun's shining though, it's up there, man. There's benefits. They go a long way, man.
Well, a Nigerian university student who was arrested and detained for more than 2 weeks after he allegedly defamed the president Muhammadu Buhari's wife on Twitter has apologized to the First Lady. So Aminu Adamu Mohammed was released on Friday after authorities dropped the charges on compassionate grounds. Mr. Mohammed denied spreading false information during the court appearance. He denied defaming Aisha Buhari in a tweet suggesting that she had misused public money to her satisfaction. But in a series of tweets and video messages over the weekend, the 24-year-old undergraduate apologized to Mrs. Buhari for the initial tweet. He said, "It was never my intention to hurt your feelings and promised to change for the better." He also thanked Mrs. Buhari for forgiving him, describing her as our mother. He described his experience as the darkest hours of his life. He did not give details, but he expressed his heartfelt gratitude to those who showed him support, saying his case should serve as a lesson to all of us. His apology to Mrs. Buhari has sparked controversy on social media in Nigeria, with many users saying that the First Lady should apologize to him instead because of the way he was treated. But there are some who say his apology was right in order to resolve the dispute. The arrest and the subsequent charge against the student has sparked outrage in Nigeria, with many social media users and rights campaigners calling for his immediate release. On Thursday, Amnesty International said that Mr. Mohammed was subject to torture and other forms of ill treatment after his arrest, calling it a deeply repressive act that brazenly violates his human rights. Nigerian authorities have not yet commented on these allegations. That's the end of the headlines, man. You know what happened to him, innit?
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
I ain't got the words.
Exactly. Hopefully the people know what.
Everyone should definitely know. Even Amnesty International saying about it violates human rights. You think that with Nigerian government, you think that they see the people as having human rights? You think human rights, that's a privilege.
That's not a thing.
It's not a thing. But I didn't know you could get arrested for and watch what I'm saying, boy.
Neither did he.
If I get banned when I try to go there. But no, that's sad, man. But thankfully he's out now, and hopefully other people will follow suit.
True indeed.
Other people, not today, man. I'm trying to have a great week. Let's get into the reaction.
All right, people, now we're in the business end of the show. Sports. Let's get straight. You was waiting for it. You was dying for it.
I was dying for it.
Did you enjoy the first knockout games?
Yeah, I'm glad it's over though.
Did you watch the Ghana game?
No, I couldn't.
Did you?
Couldn't, man.
Was you happy?
They lost, innit?
You know what? I've said this before. Watching Ghana play literally gives me anxiety. Like, I feel like there's just no common sense. Like, I literally scream. And I'm not even a football person, but I find myself screaming at the TV and just getting very in. Do you know what I mean? And I can't play football, so it's very unfair for me to, do you know what I mean? But let's just talk about that freaking penalty kick. There was zero vim, no vim whatsoever with your shiny head. I was so angry.
He's
'Cause
got
I was
more to the head.
You literally gave him. You just said here. Like you literally gave.
Here.
You literally to me. You picked up the ball. You walked up to him and you passed it. To
But
him
you know what's mad though? You
I
could
didn't
tell
get it.
he knew he wasn't gonna make that.
Even the way he even like led up to like
could
the
tell.
kick, right?
Yeah.
There was zero vim and confidence. I just thought,
He
are you
literally
a man
said-
or a mouse?
He said, "Well,
I told him
guess
he was
I
going to
got
miss it, yeah? And they
I
thought
knew
I
it.
was hating.
No,
and I'm
no.
like, what? You can't see what I can see?
He kicked that like he already knew
When he was
gonna
walking up,
miss
I
it.
said, oh my God, he misses this.
Yeah, there was
misses.
literally
It
no
was a mini
conviction.
penny.
And then,
'Cause it-
and then you wonder and you get upset why Ghanaian women go for Nigerian men. This is why.
Well,
Oh, wow.
because you don't have
I
vim.
get
it, but it's just too much competition. No, but the way he kicked it, yeah, he knew like it was more of a like. So no one else can do this. That I have to do. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
like, you could tell he
I
really-
guess
no.
so. Yeah.
No, there was no vim, man. I was really, really like.
So Ghana got
him.
damn. Well, there's the language you wanted.
Man.
There you go. Well,
So Ghana's out now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
Ghana
but
out.
see, one thing about Ghanaians, we're extremely petty in it. So to be honest, yeah, there was so much victory and satisfaction in the
Yeah.
fact that that they were going home, like the joy, and obviously I follow a lot of like Ghanaian pages. I cried real tears. It was so hilarious. Like the memes, even seeing people out there like what they were doing. So everyone, we are all going home. We are all going home. And I'm like, nah, like you lot literally have
I
zero
love that.
chill.
I love that.
It was. Do you know what? It was a win is a win.
A win is a win.
A win
You
is
got
a
to
win.
take it wherever you can.
Literally.
Suarez was crying. All
It was
right,
fine,
cool.
and that's the best win, in my
Literally.
opinion.
We're pushing this up the ballot then. Might as well just get it out of the way. It was fourth, but we'll push it to number one. So in case you've been missing it, or if you're under a rock, Ghana lose to Uruguay, but none of them progress to the next round.
That is so shady, man.
We know.
Well, Uruguay were knocked out of the World Cup on goals scored despite beating Ghana 2-0 after South Korea's dramatic win against Portugal. It was all to play for heading into the final Group H matches, and Uruguay thought they had done enough in the first half as Flamengo midfielder Georgian de Arrascatia scored twice in quick succession. They were the first goals Uruguay has scored in the group stages, and it was proved to be pivotal to their World Cup exit. With just minutes to play at the Al Janoub Stadium, Uruguay remained second behind Portugal, but a late South Korea winner from Wolves, Hee Chan-hung, against Portugal saw them depose the South Americans on goals scored netting 4 to Uruguay's 2. It meant Uruguay needed just 1 goal to fire them into the last 16 on goal difference, as 8 minutes of added time was shown. Ghana, whose coach Otto Addo confirmed after the match he will step down from his role, could also have reached the knockout rounds with 2 late goals, throwing everything forward in an improved second half.
So you see that if a game is going on simultaneously as you're playing, yeah, obviously you're crying because you obviously lost, like, you've lost this year, but you don't even know that you've lost twice because you're really going home.
Nah, Suarez got subbed, didn't it? And the news came through.
Yeah.
Suarez was crying before the game was over.
While he was
He
on the
knew.
bench, he found out.
Yeah, he was. But Suarez love cry.
Is it?
Can't cry like yeah, he can't stop.
All right, Max. What's the next headline?
So well,
I said it can't stop, you know.
England beat Senegal 3-0.
That was sad.
Well, here we go. England will meet France in the World Cup quarterfinals on Saturday after an impressive demolition of Senegal at the Al Bayt Stadium. Gareth Southgate's side survived the nervy opening in which goalkeeper Jordan Pickford made an outstanding save from Balio Dia to run out convincing winners with a powerful display of attacking strength. Jude Bellingham was England's star man, setting up the first goal for Jordan Henderson with a perfect cross after 38 minutes, then having a hand in the second on the stroke of half-time, combining with Phil Foden as captain Harry Kane powered home his first of the tournament. It left Kane just 1 behind Wayne Rooney's all-time record of 53 goals, and now he has the perfect stage here in Qatar to write a fresh page in the history books. Foden was the creator once more as England wrapped the game up in the 57th minute, crossing for Bukayo Saka.
Bukayo Saka.
Same shit, man.
Bukayo.
Same shit, man.
It's not the same shit.
He's not my player. I don't care. To show great awareness and touch a flick to delicate finish past Senegal keeper Edouard Mendy, it capped the perfect night for the manager Southgate, who opted to restore Saka and keep faith with Foden, leaving out Marcus Rashford despite his 2 goals in the win over Wales. Raheem Sterling was not considered after a break-in at his family home and will now return to England. Do you reckon Southgate was saving Rashford for France?
I think so, you know.
You were saying what?
Saving Rashford.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
You know, he wanted to win.
I just think he prefers that starting lineup. What I want to know is why James Maddison can't get any minutes in his World Cup.
He came out there injured. He's probably not 100% yet.
Nah, Gareth Southgate doesn't like him, bro.
Oh, well, he hasn't needed him, but
Yeah, but when you're winning 3-0 and you're comfortably up, give him a little run out. He's giving everyone else a run out.
Yeah, but if he's not 100%,
Yeah, but
it's like you don't risk it. You do the work.
No, but is that
you do the
confirmed?
work in training.
Is that confirmed?
What, they went 100%?
Yeah, that he's injured.
Yeah, he was injured before he went out there.
So James Maddison's definitely injured.
I think he can play, but he got injured before he went out there.
Oh, I don't know.
They was worried about how serious it was going to be, and then they
Okay,
said,
okay.
"Oh, it's not that serious."
Oh, okay.
So he'll be
I
cool.
forgot about that. I was just thinking he picked him just to shut the media up.
Well, I don't think he would have been like first, like at the forefront of his plans like that anyway.
No, he
Because he's
wouldn't
got
have.
his teams, he's got his players that he
Yeah.
likes and that he uses. But Madison
No, if
had to have forced his way
if
in.
he's injured, then fair enough. But I thought he was fit, ready to go, and he's just not giving him any minutes.
I'm not saying he can't play right this second.
Yeah.
But he went there injured though.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe he just warms it in. You get me? You never know. What else is there? France versus Poland. So Olivier Giroud became France's all-time men's record goal scorer as his opener. What about? I thought he was going to give me more than that. As his opener, and Kylian Mbappe's second half double gave the World Cup holders 3-1 win over Poland to move them into the quarterfinals. So he's above Henry, just so you don't know.
They're both ex-Arsenal players, so it's all good.
That's true. Is he an Arsenal legend?
Giroud? Unfortunately not. Nah.
Is he a Chelsea legend? They won Champions League there.
Got to ask a Chelsea fan.
Interesting.
Van Persie, United legend.
Oh yeah. Yes. But
Wow.
what's the funniest thing about that
Bars
is
very low.
funniest thing about that is he's an Arsenal legend as well.
That's up to us to decide. And his legendary status got taken away from him when he
Got revoked, yeah?
Of course.
Oh god.
Can't be an Arsenal legend and you leave for United. You're mad.
That's what the Liverpool fans done to Michael Owen as well. They won't give it to him, but he's hurt.
No, but Michael Owen didn't go directly from Liverpool to United.
No, they don't care. It's impossible. They don't care. But anyway, yeah, so Giroud scored his 52nd France goal to surpass Thierry Henry's record with a neat first half finish to help fire the Les Blues to the last 16 in Doha and set up a quarter-final against England on Saturday at 7 p.m. The 36-year-old who had equalled Henri's tally of 51 after scoring twice in their opening Group D win over Australia, broke the record on his 117th appearance for France. Mbappe then doubled France's lead in the 74th minute before arrowing a superb second in stoppage time to make it 5 goals in Qatar, 2 more than any other player at the tournament. Robert Lewandowski scored a 99th minute retaken penalty to add to the late consolation for Poland to deny Hugo Lloris a clean sheet on his record equaling 42nd appearance for France. They want me some money, man.
Both Lewandowski's penalties were 9, bruv. Both his penalties were 9.
Yeah, he done the same thing again.
Yeah, that's a stupid run-up.
No, it was a bad penalty the first time, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That just doesn't work if you don't send the goalkeeper the wrong way.
Even
you
the
look like an idiot.
I'm surprised he done it again the second time. I thought, just hit it clean.
Yeah, but once you get it right, it's too easy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Once the keeper's gone the other way, you just pass it into the net.
Yeah.
I mean, it can just make you look stupid.
They can.
That's Jorginho's fault, because he done the hop as well, innit? He does the hop. He does the slow, then the hop.
He done more than the hop. He done the hop, step, jump, cartwheel. I don't know what it was. But it worked the second time, so I guess it's all right. Innit?
All right then, cool. And our last sports headline of the day. Let's go over to the boxing world. Fury defeats Chisora. So Tyson Fury dominated Derek Chisora to defend his WBC heavyweight title in 10 rounds at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London on Saturday night. It was a dominant performance from Fury. He subjected Chisora to sustained punishment until finally, with 9 seconds left in the 10th round, referee Victor Lowlin stepped in to wave it off. It was not the final punch that finished it, but Chisora was rightfully spared from his own bravery. Although Chisora had advanced on Fury, trying to close him down, the WBC champions soon took control of their contest. He began to pummel him, landing almost at will as the bout progressed into the second half. He kept up the vicious work, grinding down his opponent until the referee had to make his intervention. Did you watch it?
I saw the highlights, That was it. Just one-sided, man.
Just what you'd expect.
Yeah, it was a waste of everyone's time.
Well, I heard Chisora went home with £2 million, so...
Yeah, there you go.
Big up him.
Mm-hmm.
Can't knock a payday. Did you watch it? Yes? Well, there we have it. That was a waste of a fight.
Definitely. But he's saying he's going to fight Usyk next, though. So hopefully we get that in like February, March times.
Is that what you're saying, yeah?
Yeah. Because he said he was willing to fight Usyk this time, innit? But Usyk said, no, I'm not fighting you now. I'm going to fight you in the new year, and I need to rest up, do a few things.
Well, he can fight. I'm guessing he didn't take no damage.
Fury?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so he can go then. That would be cool. All right, cool. Well, then that's the end of our sports headlines.
You ain't going to say anything about Gabriel Jesus?
Oh, yeah.
Rah.
Jesus out for 3
I forgot.
months.
He didn't make the deck. But one thing I will say is, what's Gabriel got? 5 goals in 20 games? He's out for 3 months. He's gone till March. When I told people Gabriel
I'm
Jesus...
not sure if it's confirmed 3 months yet, though.
Well, the early word is 3 months.
Because at first it was saying it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
And now it's coming out saying 3 months.
Yeah. Well, he's still out of Qatar, so
Yeah, well.
we'll see.
Well, when I told people, Jesus won't get 7 league goals, everybody thought I was just being a hater and being myself. And I'm saying, no, he's not going to score 7 goals in the league. And I'm saying it's not because he doesn't have the ability.
Yeah, but you didn't say that because of injury. You said
I did actually. I threw a caveat up. I said,
when?
I find it wasn't even on here. I said it on Filthy when I made the original statement. I said, look, I'm not telling you that this guy doesn't have the ability to score goals.
Yeah.
I'm saying maybe it will be availability. Maybe it will be every plays. Maybe it will be because of injuries.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But in the whole grand scheme of things, this guy is not going to hit 7 league goals. That's what I said. He proceeded to score like 3 in his first 3 or something. And everybody's been messaging me like, oh, wait. Nigga's been MIA since. Now he's gone for 3 months. And my prediction is, well, it's looking on.
Nah.
It's not coming in yet, but it's looking on.
You know what it is? The injury, you're lucky with that because...
It was unlucky if I called it. I knew he gets injured.
No, you were lucky. You were lucky still. You were lucky.
What? It's perception, bro.
You were lucky. In regards to the goals, Gabriel Jesus contributes a lot more to the team than just goal scoring, right?
Oh, very much so. I'm not saying he's not good for your team.
And despite him only scoring 5 league goals, we're top of the league. So, you know what I mean? We get goals from other places. You know what I'm trying to say? We don't rely on one man.
Well, now you got to rely on one man.
No, we don't.
Yes, you do. Eddie Nketiah.
The same players, who have been contributing to the goals are still going to be contributing. So
Yeah, but you're not going to have that link up there because Gabriel's not going to be
you
playing.
know what's so funny? All right, let me ask you a question, right? So do you think that Eddie Nketiah in our starting 11,
Yeah.
playing with the best 11 isn't going to score goals? Let's make a prediction.
At what level? Would he put the ball in the back of the net at some point? Probably,
No,
yes. That's his job.
Is
he going to fire you to where you need to go to? No, he's not.
You give us a bold prediction.
Yeah.
Let's just say that Arsenal, obviously we don't know what's going to happen. Arsenal could go out and buy a striker in January, whatever, right? If Eddie Nketiah is now our starting striker, wait until Jesus comes back or whatever, yeah? How many goals is he getting? Because this notion,
4.
I'm not saying Eddie Nketiah is the answer, is the truth, but to say that Eddie Nketiah can't put the ball in the back of the net in this team is egregious, right? Playing in our best starting 11, right? Remember, Eddie Nketiah doesn't do a lot of the things that Gabriel Jesus does to that level. He doesn't press as well. He doesn't do link-up play as well. He doesn't make runs as well, right? But Eddie Nketiah can put the ball in the back of the net. Playing with the starting 11, he'll score goals. When he had the run in the team last season, he scored goals.
When he was getting them goals in Europa against Dumbledore for them, man.
In the league. No, he played in the league. He played in the league and he scored the goals, right? Listen.
Strikers can score.
And that's his job, right? His job
yeah,
to
but
score.
to what level, though?
What do you mean to what level? If the ball's in the back, are you talking about the type of goals or just putting the ball in the back of the net?
No.
I don't care. I don't care.
If he scored one goal, would that make you right?
I'm not talking about one goal. Goals, plural.
I'm saying, so to lead the line, to score the goals, that's going to fight you to where you need to get to goals.
If Eddie Nketiah scores tap-ins or worldies, right? As long as the ball goes past the line, I'm cool.
If you lost Jesus,
yeah,
and you don't buy a good quality replacement striker in January, and Eddie Nketiah was used as number one choice for thing, I don't know if you make top 4. Okay? That's it. That's my bold position, I'm telling you.
Even without Gabriel Jesus scoring all these goals, we're still top of the league and we're still getting goals.
Part of the link. He's vital to your football.
What I'm saying is, right, that Eddie Nketiah in our best starting 11, right, given the opportunity, is going to score goals. I'm not saying...
How many?
I don't know. But he's going to score goals. He's going to score goals. Trust me, he's going to score goals. He's going to score goals. He's not the best striker in the world.
No, context is important. It's the kind of goals. It's how the goals are going to come.
It's not about the type of goals.
It's the timing of them. No, because you're just saying he's going to score. If you just came in and he scored a few goals, but you fell out of the top 4, so fucking what?
Okay, cool. I'll make a bolder prediction for you so you understand. Eddie Nketiah, if Eddie Nketiah starts for Arsenal, for the foreseeable future, I don't know, 10 game stretch, 11 game stretch, whatever. Yeah. He's gonna score the goals we need to keep us in the top 4.
Oh, okay. I don't believe
there
that.
You
You believe that?
Yes.
How do you sleep at night?
I was on top of the league. Where are you?
I'm stressed. I don't know. I think we're 5th or something.
You know what I mean?
But we're in a rebuild in our first year.
So you think we're gonna drop out the top 4, Max?
I don't know. Let's see what happens with Jesus.
No, he just made this statement that Eddie's going to keep
Arsenal
us in the top 4, and you said, how do you sleep at night?
Arsenal are going to stay in the top 4. In the top 4. I don't say we're going to stay first. We're going to stay in the top 4 with Eddie Nketiah as our main striker. If we don't go and buy someone. And I mean, by someone, I mean a striker. Because we can still buy a winger and midfield that's going to help us.
If you don't buy a striker and Eddie Nketiah is your guy, that's who you got to rest your hat on, I think you fall out of the top 4.
Right,
that's
cool.
what I'm telling you.
I say no.
Fair enough.
I would honestly put Martinelli up top. And I would bring in Mudryk.
Mudryk is. I heard he's up bidding for him. I heard he's coming.
Yes.
Oh, look how happy you are. Look at you smiling. Look at you.
That's what I want. I don't want any.
Well, I hope it works out for you. So, I hate when players get injured as well. So
yeah, of course.
I wanted to come back.
Of course, it's a bummer, but you know what it is. You have to back the players you have in it. And right now, Eddie Nketiah is a striker, so Eddie Nketiah got to get backed.
Yeah, and I do think that Martinelli is going to do the same type of pressing from top, like Jesus did. Plus, he's good with the ball, he's good with the whole link-up stuff.
Yeah.
And he will bang goals if he has opportunity.
Yeah.
And replacing Martinelli's confidence on the wing, I think Mudryk would be a good shout, to be honest.
Yeah, Mudryk is... But I can't speak about players we don't have right now, innit? So.
Yeah.
It's an option worth exploring. That could look different.
Yeah, and I think that... Arteta would have made this particular pitch to the big boys. We are in a particular position right now. We need to basically maintain this. This is what we need to do.
Yeah, apparently a fan bumped into Arteta, and the fan asked...
Cecil, sorry.
No, not even Cecil. This is a different story.
Okay.
And the fan asked him, are you guys going to sign Mudryk? And he said, we're trying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Arsenal going for Mudryk it's not a secret. Like the players, he's talking about every other day. Like he's pushing for the move himself. I mean, so if it happens, we'll see what happens.
That'd be nice. And then when Jesus comes back, yeah, man, I'm happy.
Yeah. Arsenal ain't falling out of top 4, guarantee you.
This is what I wanted from the
Arsenal ain't falling out of top 4.
I just wanted top 4.
I don't think Arsenal are going to remain first, but Arsenal ain't falling. You think we're falling out of the top 4? If you think we're going to 5th or 6th place?
Oh, no, but this is good though now that Jesus is injured because then there's no pressure on you, because obviously there's no real
No.
expectations. There's no real expectations because
there
as it
is,
stands
there
now,
is,
Jesus
there
should be
is.
winning.
No,
Jesus
there
should win the
is,
league.
there
If Jesus
is,
was
there
fit,
is,
if Jesus was fit after this, Jesus should win the
You
league.
think that
There's no
Jesus being
expectations.
injured means, okay, cool, season's done now? No.
It's not done. You're just
Champions League is the goal, innit? And that's going to be the goal. And that's what we're going to do. We're gonna get in Champions League. End of story.
well. You need Jesus to do it.
No, we need Jesus when he comes back, yeah. But we can go without Jesus for a little bit. We can, and we can still sustain it.
What, till March?
We can go without Jesus.
Till March.
I don't know if it's too much, but let's say too much to help to appease your narrative.
Mm-hmm.
If Jesus is not back until March, can Arsenal sustain top 4 place? Yes.
What's the gap?
As in points wise, between us and Man City, I think it's 2 points.
No, top 4.
What do you mean? Oh, between first and fourth.
Yeah.
I've got to check it.
11s, 12s.
12.
11s, 12s.
What's that? 3-4 games.
We have to completely drop off the map.
Like
That's what it's suggesting.
you're forgetting about all other players, bro. You're thinking that it's
No,
Jesus.
it's not.
but Jesus.
That's not a complete drop off the map. That's suggesting that you are lacking firepower. Yeah.
Well, you were saying that we were lacking 5 when he was playing.
Exactly. So then you're lacking even more. It speaks to 4 or 5 losses in the next 20-something games or something.
No,
like
but the
that.
thing is,
that's realistic.
your narrative with Jesus is just about scoring goals, right? That's all you ever talk about. He's not scoring goals, so to you, it shouldn't make a difference to you because he wasn't scoring anyway, right?
What do you mean?
It's a fair shot.
You are only going on about Jesus' goals. That's all you keep talking about, right? Wait.
No, because I say he's good for you. He makes you play good football.
No, don't change your
He's good
narrative
for the
now.
link-up,
Don't change your narrative now, right?
That's not the narrative. He's just
So
not
if
scoring goals.
Jesus, who's not scoring goals, isn't in the team, for you, that doesn't matter.
It's not because he's a massive part of how you play.
But that's not what you talk about in other days. You're talking about it now.
Because
Normally, it's all about goals.
I believe it's not enough. You have always looked nice.
So if he ain't scoring goals, then what does it matter, Mark? Because he's not in the team. He ain't scoring goals anyway.
You don't believe that because it
No,
doesn't matter what I'm saying.
I'm talking about you.
It doesn't matter because you're trying to create some stupid narrative.
It ain't
You
stupid
don't need to
narrative.
put words in
You've
my mouth.
come here every single day banging on about
Listen.
goals, but he ain't scoring goals.
You lot have been watching it. You lot know, how important he is to you lot's playing,
Yes,
to your
I know,
build-up.
I know, but that ain't what you talk about. You talk about goals only.
I've said that he looks good, but he's not scoring goals. The two things can be true.
So if he ain't scoring goals, then what does it matter that he's not in the team, Marks?
Because he's important. Oh, you're being stupid. You're being stupid. You
Go
are
on.
hurt that
Go
he's
on.
gone. You are hurt.
Oh, I'm not. No, I'm not.
He's important to how you
No, I'm
play
not.
football. Can you admit that?
Of course he is. I've said that all along.
So if he's gone now, is the football going to change?
To a degree, but we ain't dropping out the top 4. We ain't dropping out the top 4.
And that was his
We ain't dropping out the top 4.
That's his main claim.
Yeah, we ain't dropping out the top 4.
That's the main claim.
You were saying we are going to drop on top.
We ain't dropping out the top
He's
4.
saying
We're
no,
not.
we're not.
We're staying there.
That's the main claim.
We're
And
staying
I'm
there until he
saying,
comes back.
If it's just Eddie and Ketia and this guy doesn't play for 3 months, will
You're
drop
forgetting
out
we have
of the
other
top
players. We have Martinelli.
Okay,
who can play up front.
That's fine.
Smith Rowe's coming back.
That's fine. Smith
Saka's
Rowe's been
still
there.
there.
What's his
No, he's like a new signing right now. He's been out. He's played like 5 games, couple minutes this whole season.
Give me his output. I don't know how to do the Googles. You should go check and tell me his return in his last 10 games before he got injured. What's he doing? He's just there. That's fine.
No,
like, he's sick.
He's been injured since the start of the season, and
before the start of the season,
he played in bits.
His 10 games he played
last
before.
season.
Yes,
what? When he was banging the goals left, front, centre. What are you talking about?
No,
what are you talking about?
Give me his 10 games before he got injured.
There is no 10 games because he didn't play that. He played like 5 games. He's been out. He's been out. He hasn't been playing, so he's like a new signing to us.
Okay,
go on.
Okay. Well, you're just moving like you don't. That's fine. I don't understand.
Moving like what?
You are top of the league. I don't understand why you're so upset.
Who's upset? No one's upset. I said we're staying in top 4.
Sick.
We're staying. Arsenal are staying top 4 until the end of the season.
But if Donny does 3 months out,
yes.
All right, we'll see. I believe he's too important to you, and I believe
Jesus is important. But guess what? What happens when players fall off? Other players step up. You're forgetting about intangibles, bro. Arsenal are not dropping out the top 4. That's the end of the discussion. Watch, you'll see. I can't wait. You know, I can't wait till May. I just want to fast forward till May. I cannot wait for the end of the season.
I think you don't need a striker in
I
January.
got plans
man.
for you if Arsenal win. Trust me. You're finished. If Arsenal finish top 4, you're finished. You're going to clip it up, bro. Clip it up all week. I'm going to be on absolute smoke.
Sorry, Esther, Emmanuel and Gina.
You're done or you're finished? I don't even know what you guys talking about over here, mate. Baby, it's you. Like, it's all you.
You mean for me?
You're leading the reaction, aren't you?
Let's get into that. Out Ere.
Even rattled. I've just said that we're staying in top 4.
You're rattled.
How am I rattled?
I can see it.
We're staying top 4.
But you're just rattled.
If I was rattled, it'll be, oh my God, Jesus is injured. We're done for. But I'm telling you, Arsenal with Eddie Nketiah, in the best starting 11, we're staying top 4. I ain't rattled by Jesus' injury. That's what I'm saying. I'm cool. I'm calm.
It's intangibles, man. And Jesus, you better hope he's the only one then as well.
What do you mean? As in?
Because if that is...
No. But obviously, we're not going off of, what if Saka gets injured? We're dealing with the reality right now. Yes, if Saka got injured and Partey got injured and whoever else, we're fucked.
Partey will be a huge one. Partey will be worse. Partey going will be worse than Jesus going.
Yeah, because
Partey goes...
Because Samuel Lokonga isn't an adequate replacement. But January transfer window is there, innit? We have an opportunity to buy some players, so we'll see what happens.
Well, on today's Done Out Here is...
Any of the thing that you guys are talking about, has it happened?
Gabriel Jesus.
No.
So it hasn't happened?
No.
I think you guys should be done out here. Because you're arguing over a hypothetical.
Yeah, but that's
It's killing me.
That's football, innit? You're arguing about what you think's gonna happen.
No, actually, I can't put Jesus down.
Maybe Jesus will get injured and done out here.
Also,
I'm not gonna do that.
can we stick to a pronunciation of this man's name? Because when you were like, you really need Jesus, I said, oh, okay. And then he responded with saying Jesus, and I said, okay, so we're not talking about.
It's Gabriel Jesus.
Jesus.
Someone says Jesus, you say Jesus.
Jesus, no?
Yeah, because the Spains, they don't really pronounce their J's like that, but...
Actually, fair, you pronounce his name however you want. Innit? Yeah. Fair, it's on brand.
I mean, his name's J. It's Jes.
No, it's spelled Jesus, yeah, but you don't
name,
say...
It's spelt.
You don't say Jesus because of real Jesus. I mean,
No, it's not.
what do you mean?
It's because of pronunciation. It's because of the J. It's
that
not
the
because
reason why?
You think anyone gives a fuck about... Sorry.
I thought it was blasphemous to call another man Jesus.
That was blasphemous there.
No, it's not.
Not at all.
Oh.
If I finished my sentence, your head would have got hot.
My head is already hot. Wrap it
Also,
up.
it's fine. It's
done.
fine for another. So someone can name their child first name Jesus.
Yes.
You could, but you're a
People do it all the
weirdo.
time.
But no one
do
do
it.
they? Well, first name.
People do, but I
Like in
think
Brazil and all them places.
yeah. But then that's because it's not said Jesus.
They don't say Jesus.
Yeah,
but they don't
it's
pronounce
Jesus.
it Jesus.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But when they
So on paper,
but when they pray to Jesus, they say Jesus too.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
What's his name?
What is the Son of God's real name?
Jesus, isn't it?
Is it?
What you mean in the Yeshua?
Yeah, the proper name.
Yeah,
it's
but,
not
but,
Jesus.
but in English, it's
what
Jesus.
is it? What is it?
Yeshua.
English and Jesus.
Yeshua. No,
Yeah.
the name.
Jesus in English. I
The
mean.
name is a
Yeah,
name.
Yeshua.
What's
That's
your name.
that's the
Oh,
name.
that's the name.
Yeah,
Yeshua,
that's the Jewish
Emmanuel.
name.
That's your name. It's your name wherever you go.
Yeah, but what
It's
do you
not a
mean?
translation.
Yeah, but how are you comparing it to Jesus then?
I'm not. His name's not Jesus.
No, but in English it is. It's
No, because
rendered
they
Jesus.
made it that way.
Do you when you pray? What do you say? Yeshua.
Yeah.
Really? You never say Jesus?
Yeah, man.
Man, like you trying to get the extra points with the heavenly host.
So what? Jesus is the English translation.
Your
Yeah,
name is
yeah.
Yusuf wherever you go.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. That's your name.
Yeah.
But Jesus is Yeshua wherever he
The
goes.
white man decided that's what you're gonna call him. That's,
Oh, is
that's
it?
his name.
It's
Okay.
just in English. You change stuff, though, isn't it?
I thought it was one of the other extra name.
Yeah, but
All the
just,
names in the Bible has got English versions, isn't it?
Yeah, it just shows you God still honors
Okay.
the sentiment behind this
No, but
thing.
my name has an English translation.
What is
What
it?
is it?
Joseph.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Say it and so. To be fair, the Esther in Arabic is
You know that though.
It's
That's
Hadassah.
basic knowledge.
I don't. So
You know,
Yeah.
every.
You're never gonna live that down.
You know, most.
Joseph.
Yeah,
Those-
I ain't never gonna call Yusuf again.
Listen, Joseph.
You know, most, or if not all, biblical names that are in the Quran have an Arabic translation.
Yeah, mine's Hadassah. Is that how
Yeah.
it's said? Is that how it's pronounced? Yeah. Hadassah, yeah. Esther's Hadassah in Arabic.
Nice. What's mine?
Brent, bro.
Brent
You're
is
Brent
not-
everywhere you go.
It's made up.
Nigga, your name ain't biblical.
Your name is biblical. Do
Damn.
you have a biblical name?
Hmm?
You heard my question.
I don't.
You don't?
I don't
Are
know.
you baptized?
You think there's a bread in the
Yeah.
Bible?
Of course I know there's no, first you're gonna tell me there's no bread, but I know there's no bread in the Bible. But like, do you have a bit? Because you know when you get baptized, you tend to have a biblical name.
No.
No, that's
You know,
not-
just Brent.
Yeah, it's Brent. That's what God calls me.
Fair enough.
Yeah, man.
God does know you.
Amen.
You into that. I
It's
see you
not
saying.
like you need to have a
You know.
biblical
I
name
didn't.
for when you get baptized.
I don't. That's what I was taught. Like, kind of growing up, that you have a biblical name. Because obviously, like, if you're leaving your old self, blah blah, you don't have a biblical name. You're now saying that you're accepting Jesus as Lord and Savior. Like, you're a Christian now, so it makes sense to have a biblical name. Yeah.
What's your English name?
Emmanuel.
And what's your other name?
What other name?
The Arabic name.
I don't have an Arabic name.
Do you have a Yoruba name?
All of them. Yeah.
What is it?
Many, man.
Sean.
Sean. Olua Sean.
What did you say? Sean.
No, he's just racist. He just does that. You're never going to be allowed in Nigeria, by the way. I hope you know that.
Put it back.
Wow. You're mad. You're not allowed on that land.
You know, when you first told me that, I can't remember what it was. I think it was in either primary or early secondary. I was so shocked because I think somebody called his name and then he answered. It's like, that's not your name. Why are you answering that? That's my name. What are you talking about? Your name's Emmanuel. He goes like this.
Depending on who the crowd is.
Like Jesus in Arabic is Isa.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I think I've heard that.
Okay.
David is Dawood. Like there's for every name there's a
That's so cool.
yeah.
Yeah, it is, man.
I don't see it as a Joseph.
Because my name's not Joseph.
All right. Well, Mark's over to you, sir.
Oh, you hijacked my segment.
What's your biblical name?
Huh?
What's your biblical name?
Marga.
All right.
Boom, boom.
Father.
Again, just do your segment.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm changing your name in my phone
What, the pum pum?
to Marga the Pum Pum Father. Like legit. Let me do it right now.
Yeah, no, you can't. Nicknames in our way with people in the culture because they get too comfortable and then they start trying to changing it and then shorten it and so if I go like people start calling me the Pum Pum Father, like in a few years people can be like, yo, big Pum Pum. Yeah. Wait, what?
No, but remember now you're the penis man.
Nah,
And
poops.
he's now the penis man and he accepts that role.
How? What do you mean?
We spoke about it.
Is it?
Yeah.
No,
You don't mind.
you're gonna get big pumps.
Someone said,
pumps.
someone said in the group chat, sorry, in the community, that on a previous episode of Meet Us After 7, please guys go and check that out.
That's cap, by the way.
Yeah,
I know what you're
I
coming
kept
to
saying, but I
say.
just tried to ignore it.
No, it was true.
It's true.
What episodes?
The one I was on. That's how I know it's true.
What episode?
Just the last one.
Okay.
I can say it now.
I don't really care.
What's this?
to be honest.
So,
You know what
the
you
mission
showed
did
me?
you comment?
Yeah. Oh,
That's a-
yeah.
Yeah, that.
Oh, is it the episode where we'll give a list about?
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
okay.
we were doing a hypothetical situation.
Oh, yeah, it was hypothetical.
So
like,
if-
Huh?
Who can get it?
If she was a lesbian,
Okay.
I was giving names to her like, oh, would you?
Okay.
And she was answering, and then she done the same to me.
Okay.
And then,
He's
yeah,
like, don't play this, don't play this. Just back up, man.
But he said you can get it.
Marks.
This is
foolishness.
This is diabolical.
Marks. What you say?
Yeah, man.
5 minutes. You got 5 minutes.
You think that's all it's going to take? Sorry.
So that's what they're talking about in chat.
Don't fuck with you, man.
That's what they're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, diabolical.
What is being silly, man?
It was dumb.
It was
Just jokes.
it was more so saying
No.
who's good looking, who's not. That's basically the premise of it.
But can I be honest? It was funny though because Juice wasn't giving. In the beginning, Juice weren't having it. Everybody, I said, nah,
No.
no,
Nope.
no,
He's
no,
too gangster.
no. He was like, he's too gangster. He's too short. He's too much of a thug. No, he's too soft. He's too pretty. I said, raw. Okay.
Wow. Well,
Playing along, people. It's playing along.
Yeah, it's
Play
better by
along.
now.
Exactly.
No, you're right.
He's not kidding me, that's why. Oh, maybe it should be Joseph on Dana.
I think so.
Oh dear.
All right, well, today's Dana here is... You know what it is, yeah? Maybe we can have a little debate. You say you've been infiltrating my whole thing anyway, because I'm not sure how Dana is. I wanted to know how you feel. Is job satisfaction important?
Yeah, 'cause I don't
Yeah,
like
for
suffering,
me.
so yeah. I don't like suffering, so yeah.
Would you like to suffer in a Rolls Royce?
I mean, I'd rather that than a Toyota Prius.
It depends, man.
I mean, if I have to suffer, if suffering is like inevitable,
yeah.
then obviously I'd rather suffer in comfort.
A man is taking his employers to court. Dermot Alistair Mills is taking his employers to court because he's so bored.
Because he's bored.
Essentially.
If he wins that case, let me know.
This man gets paid £105,000 a year essentially to read a newspaper, eat sandwiches, and go for walks. And he's upset. Would you be upset?
Hell no, sound like a good time to me.
Why can't he just leave the job and get a new job?
Because I'll spend my free time doing other things.
What? He's gonna get that. He's not gonna get the same salary doing the same thing.
Did they give details of where he works? I could sign up for that.
He worked in a finance thing. Okay, let me tell you what this guy done here. He's like a whistleblower, innit? So he does finances and stuff. I don't know if he works in some kind of finance thing with a company. He saw a few little red flags and things that was going on in the company, yeah. And then like he snitched basically. So I think they got like some whistleblowing rule where you can snitch discreetly, kind of thing.
Okay.
Like without it's like some kind of deposition thing that you do, like it's a protected disclosure thing or whatever. I don't know, whatever. But he's done that. The company's found out. I've been like, oh no, we don't like that. So because he's done all that, yeah, I don't think they could have fired him for him. It probably would have been like wrongful dismissal and stuff like that, innit? Yeah, so they didn't do it. They've kept him on in the job. But then they just give him like a diminished role. Say like he used to, his accounts that he used to manage was up to like 6.9 million, all of the accounts, all the work that he used to do. Now his accounts value £35,000. Yes, he goes to work, he looks for emails, and he'll reply to emails if he sees some, but there's never, ever any emails about work. And then sometimes he tries to correspond for like, with like colleagues and stuff, anything work related. No, they never reply. There's never anything there. So then he just sits down, replies to whatever emails he feels, does his stuff, probably goes on a break about...
Checks his Facebook.
Yep, gets a sandwich, goes to the shop, buys a newspaper. Then he does lunch at 12. He takes a nice long stroll for about 2 hours. Then he comes back at like 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then he'll look to see if there's any work there to do, which there usually isn't any work. So then he just goes home.
I can't. That's a great time.
That's
I will
literally.
I will
I
get in that room.
I would literally do all the other stuff that
I want to do in life.
my spare time.
Yeah.
In that on work hours.
I'm watching Netflix like there's no tomorrow.
Doesn't do anything. And when he says by not doing anything, he means doesn't use the skills he's learned and acquired. He doesn't have to use them and put them into use. So he has no value.
He's white, isn't he?
I'm guessing so. He has no value for his...
Why hasn't he left the job?
Because they give him 105.
Then shut up.
What you like? You're getting paid 100 and whatever to eat sandwiches and go for a walk.
I'll get my steps in. Lydia Ding ain't got nothing on me.
Okay, so if you... Because that's what I say. If it was important, you're saying like job satisfaction or feeling... what's the word?
Yeah, just satisfied.
Then I'd leave. Like...
He's an egg though. Do you know what he could have done, yeah? If he's eating sandwiches every day, you think I won't start a sandwich blog? I'm letting you guys know the best sandwiches in town. There's so much that man could do. Netflix, like it's so much. The world is literally his oyster.
Yeah, he obviously lacks
so ungrateful
extracurricular activities. He doesn't really do much besides work.
Could you sit at a job that's paying you good like that? Just say the £100,000 a year, but you literally get, there's no satisfaction, there's no fulfillment, there's no
sometimes
responsibility.
Have you ever had a job that you didn't like, but you just made it fun for yourself? You went into work every day with your own agenda.
Yeah. What am I going to do today?
That's what I'll do.
That's what I'll do. Like anyway, I do that for less.
You know what I mean? Small things as well. Don't have to be major things.
Yes, little things
to make yourself
and you look forward to it.
Get through the day. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That was me in retail, you know.
Same. I was just thinking the same thing.
That was me in retail, but like today, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
So obviously use I don't know what's it called. Is it like cooler talk and that when you by the water cooler and thing? There's none of that. So because obviously he's been freezed out.
Cooler talk. When do you think this is recess?
I don't know what he's doing in the office.
I said cooler talk.
But he's got none of that. Remember, there's no cross-colleague emails. There's no chin wagging. He sits in his cubicle. He's there.
That's perfect. I don't like when talking to me at work anyway.
Literally, yeah. You've got so much time on your hands. Anything else in this life that you want to do, I'd literally do it on their time because I'm getting paid.
Do you know what's mad? Like,
just build a business. Obviously, I don't know, but I just feel like use your imagination. It's free. Do you know what it is in my head? It's free money. That's how.
But do you know what it is? You don't even have to like even think that far. Just literally read a book, watch some series. Like, have fun with it.
But some people need the fulfillment. I was seeing a girl once, and they created a new position for her in a job, gave her a nice raise. She was earning lots and lots of money. I don't think they thought it through properly. Once it got into it and it was playing out, she never had much to do. She didn't like it.
That's my bag, boy.
And she was moaning, thinking about maybe she wanted to leave over, and I'm thinking, you know how much they pay? You talk about leave, what to do? Nothing. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
But it was a real thing for her. It was an actual issue. Like,
be
she
fair,
wanted to do something.
Yeah, I'm thinking from a place of I wish I had more time to do the things I need to do. So if I had a job like that's perfect, I've got all the time now. But I guess if I was that guy who you have like you're not business minded, you're not that way inclined. But then this way you develop skills. For someone who says he's got so many skills, pick up new skills. You could get a whole degree working that job.
I mean, I'm with you lot. The money's there. You get me. The bag's there, and you gotta use. If they're letting you just do that, then you gotta go and put your time into something else. That's gonna be meaningful and fulfilling for you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like you gotta go get
temporary in my head. So for me, it's like I'm not gonna ride it for like 10 years. Obviously, do you get what I mean? But I'll have a cut-off point.
He's been riding this for 9 years.
Yikes!
Yeah,
How long is this for
him?
It's been diminished. His role's been diminishing more and more over time.
Oh, so basically they want to sack him, but they're trying to.
They can't sack him.
him to quit.
They probably
want him to quit.
Yeah. So
But for 105,
they're
let's
killing
see
him
his
though.
last. But I'm so petty. Let's see who the last man standing is. It's gonna be me. Because that's what they're trying. They can't obviously, because then he'll have better grounds to sue on. Do you know he might actually win?
Yeah, he might.
Because if he can prove that he's actually qualified, he gets like he does the things he needs to do, blah blah. But then they've been taking responsibilities for him, and there's no reason they can't actually account for why they've been doing that.
He wanted to file a thing, but he hasn't got the evidence to prove that that's what they're doing. So he hasn't got physical evidence. He knows what they're doing.
Oh, that's mental torture.
He hasn't got evidence of it. You know
That's
what I'm
mental
saying?
torture.
So he can't file. But
it's a cost of living crisis. He best. How much is he suing for?
let me get to the bottom of this.
This is why I like America. That person was suing for like $10 million.
Well,
just figures out there.
He's got his next hearing in February. They're working it out. I don't think he's suing. I don't know what he's trying to get to the bottom of it. I don't know if he wants to get paid off or if he wants to.
He wants
But-
work.
So he wants work.
He wants work.
But you know what it is though? This is like, he is lying because
So
if
bring
he's,
you back in.
if he's talking about having so much skills, yeah, he will use them skills and find another job. But clearly he knows he can't get another job. He probably tried to apply for jobs and he can't get them. Oh God, you better enjoy your 105k.
So this is why, because it was an interesting case, I wanted to see.
He's definitely done it though.
Do you think he's done it?
He's done it because, first of all, you're complaining about this, which is fair. I can understand that you feel unsatisfied. However, if you don't change your circumstances, you can change your circumstances. He's choosing not to change his circumstances, stay in the same circumstances that's oppressing him, and then complain about that oppression. Big man, get your white privilege ass on, and get a new job.
He's saying just let me back in the fold. Say put me back in the game, coach.
Is his father's company?
I don't know.
Why is he tied to just this one people? Move on. He's done it for several reasons.
Gina, is he done it?
Yeah, man.
Say it's him.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, I feel like you're in a blessed position. Honestly, it's mind blowing for me. And you've been there for 9 years. And if after 9 years you still haven't managed to like figure it out, then in my head, just leave. Because they're clearly not going to let you back in the fold. And
Exactly.
Do you understand what I mean? So it's like, you can't. Why are you suing them?
Joseph?
Don't know. Don't know. You're getting paid to have free time. Utilize your free time.
I'm working so hard for much less.
Stop complaining.
Some people in the chat agree with him. They see where he's coming from. They're on his side.
I see where it's coming from, but change your circumstances, man. You can't be in the same position, complaining about the same thing,
I see where
and
you're
do
coming
nothing
from,
by it.
but
Those are the most
to sue
annoying
your
human
job
beings.
over it is stupid.
From an economics point of view, E-Man, is he done it here?
I think so, man. Because that time, he's getting the money, but that time, which we all know equals money, means he could make more money. And he's not. He's just sitting there taking walks.
Moaning about it.
This is it.
Getting
Wow.
sandwiches. Sandwiches slap, you know.
I mean, you know what it is?
Oh, good sandwich.
The whole job satisfaction thing, I get it.
It's a real thing, though.
It's a real thing. It
'Cause
is a
boy,
real thing.
Yeah.
But you got to be more proactive in this
Yeah,
life.
you got to.
I would have found other things to do. Like once I realized the game that they're trying to play, I'll be like, okay, we playing then. You get me? And I would have found other things to do to maximize my time, make even more money.
Yep.
You get me? Use this company's coin. So you let your feelings get in your way. But the team has spoken, man. They voted, man. Dermot, Alistair, man, you are done out here, man. Go get your monies, man. Stop playing. Stop playing games, man. Idiot. There's not many people would die for it. Would die for £105,000 a year to do nothing.
I am people.
I am the people. I'd even take. You can knock 20 grand off that, and I still do it.
Well, Alistair, man, you done it here, man. Let's get into our outro.
All right. Okay, after I do the outro.
Yes, please.
All right. We appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. Thank you for sticking with us. Big up all the callers that we had today. Big up the live crew in the live chat. Don't forget to like this video before you come out of it. Also subscribe. Also, I'm sorry, but all of you in the Spotify Wrapped, we appreciate it. All the number ones, the number two, we absolutely appreciate that. But do you not like the video? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, do you like the video? Do you leave reviews? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, let's do a bit more. Also, if you follow us on our social media platforms as well, the day after TNB, comment, like, share the videos. All this engagement, honestly, it really, really does help. So please do those things. And you can also send voice notes and text in for asking for a friend, sis, what would you do? Or just to make recommendations. And the number is 075 6484 1073. It's also the number to call when we're live on air. And join the community.thenewblack.com. There's so much gem that's always being shared on there. So you can share that. If you'd like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, you can email the team the day after at thenewblack.com. Over to you, Brad.
All right. Margs, Yusuf, Gina, Emmanuel, Esther.
I'm scared.
Who's bigger? Bob Marley or Michael Jackson?
Big man.
Michael Jackson.
I'm going to say MJ.
Michael Jackson.
And why do you say Michael Jackson?
Because Thriller sold 300
I can hold my breath as if
Oh,
it's...
you're just talking about records sold. How about influence?
Influence.
I actually think it's Bob Marley, you know.
Maybe Bob.
Why do you say that?
One Love, man.
I think Bob Marley because when I think about
What does
like
that
Nigeria,
mean?
for example,
What does One Love mean?
No. When you responded to my question and you say one love, what does that mean?
Jah Rastafari, man, live in love. Remember what Progression was talking to you, man. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, they're putting that good energy out into the world. You get me? That's a bigger contribution than anything. You know what I'm trying to say? He got Gal to stop crying.
I'm thinking, because I was trying to think of like other societies and other like.
Woman, not cry.
You're so.
We didn't know how to get the gals to stop crying. Bob sorted it out in one rhythm.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? The next time you go away, and you oversleep, just stay sleeping. Don't you dare come in because you're a nuisance today. I would say Bob Marley, because when I think of like other cultures and like other people, I think that influence travels a bit more than Michael Jackson, in my opinion. Like when I think of like Nigeria, for example, you see like Bob Marley posters and all that kind of stuff. I don't see a Michael Jackson poster, and I think people know Michael Jackson songs, but I don't think they even know that is Michael Jackson. But they would know like Bob Marley.
And Michael
they
Jackson.
know who Michael Jackson. Everyone recognizes Michael Jackson.
That's what you think. Beyonce went somewhere once and didn't even know who she was. So
That's Beyonce. This is Michael Jackson.
Did Bob Marley touch any kids?
No.
yikes.
But nor did Michael.
That's true.
There you go.
He
Bro,
was
what'd you say?
shrouded in controversy,
That's true.
and he built a whole playground
Yeah.
to lure them in.
Bob Marley has a better image than Michael Jackson for sure. But is he a bigger star, a household name, a worldwide name, notoriety, fame, all that? No, Michael Jackson is number one.
No, but Michael Jackson is just like people. We respect his art and his craft, yeah, as a musician.
I think it's a Western thing, you know.
But I think when you say the two names to the people, their impact in the world are different. Like Bob Marley is like he means something to the people more than Michael Jackson.
Because of his accusations.
Because One Love.
No, be serious.
Being serious.
He's like dead ass.
I'm dead ass.
What was that one song?
It's the fact that you said be
One-
serious. I'm done.
That be
the one
fucking
song.
real.
That's the fire eye, putting peace and love into the world,
Why
man.
did this debate
I
come
think-
up anyway?
Because someone asked
In
in
the
the
community.
community.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Have you
think.
seen them in there? And I was having conversations.
Oh, you were?
Oh, he's in it.
Oh,
you're
and look
in.
at that.
Someone even said when Ghana and Thingy was playing, I was actually in the community talking
serious?
about it. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Sweet.
and he was talking about today giving you a tutorial after the show.
I don't need no damn tutorial.
Can you imagine?
She was looking
Oh,
at
you
the
were right
thing.
though. Full government name. I was thinking, damn.
Yeah.
Go on, Emmanuel.
No, I was just gonna say, if you consider like, obviously this is just my humble opinion. If you consider like everywhere in the world, I don't even think it's close. Michael Jackson is definitely more popular.
100%.
Definitely.
100%.
Like if you're talking about
Michael
influence,
Jackson? Come on, man.
like I think
Michael
Bob Marley is
Jackson?
getting more influential in terms of the activism and the things that he stood for. But in terms of people who know Michael Jackson, know his songs,
Bro, bare people
What?
probably name their kids
It's not
after
close.
Michael
Everyone knows
Jackson.
Michael Jackson, man.
it's not close. You know?
Obviously, Michael Jackson had more time to basically peddle his influence
Why you say pedal like that?
The pedal.
because he likes to touch kids and stuff, innit?
Oh, Brett, okay.
Sorry.
Stop
Liked.
pushing
Liked. Sorry.
this narrative.
It's true.
It's not true.
It's not true.
It's not true.
You're lying. If you want to deal with, because obviously you want to push your opinion, which is fine. If you want to deal with cold, hard facts, the FBI found him not guilty.
Thank
so
you.
what do you want to talk about? What's truth? If we're going to talk about truth.
Wait a minute.
That's
Talk about
O.J.
truth.
Simpson, did he kill that woman?
No.
OJ. That nigga's innocent, man. You ain't seen the
No.
court case?
Can you imagine?
Did the glove fit?
Can you imagine?
Did the glove
Alright,
fit?
All right, fair
You
enough.
actually say
Fair enough.
You
Hashtag
can't pick and
facts.
choose.
You
Hashtag
actually,
facts.
you just actually
No,
say
because
this
no,
with a
listen,
straight
listen,
face.
You can't pick and
listen.
choose.
If you don't want to push, yeah, and peddle your opinions, yeah, which is
Wait,
fine.
are you
but if you
open?
want to deal with the facts that are on the table,
Thank you.
black and
So
white
are you
for our
guys-
face to
are
see,
you- are you
Yeah.
open?
OJ is an innocent
Are
man.
you
So
open?
you guys believe in the justice system all of a sudden now? That's crazy to me.
Are you open
Damn.
for me showing you all of the quote unquote facts, the evidence
What for?
of him touching kids and stuff?
Yeah.
Who?
Oh, really?
Of course I'm open.
You know it's out there, right?
Show us.
Who? Michael.
Good, lovely.
Show us.
Who you talking about? Michael.
Michael, yeah.
There's not facts. There's no evidence.
100% facts.
Them boys on the thing like they're not facts. They're pushed as opinion pieces.
Oh,
There's
you
no
thought they
facts.
were just two boys?
No, all the
Is that
rest
the
of
entire playground where he said, come.
there's no facts, or they would have charged him for it. You see that?
Exactly.
That's not how it
That's
works.
like
Money
here's how it works.
talks.
Ask R. Kelly.
No.
Ask R. Kelly.
Yes. Ask R.
Yes.
Kelly.
Ask R. Kelly how it
Yes.
works.
Money had been,
Facts is facts.
Money had been talking
What
for
in the-
years. Don't tell me that R.
Nah.
Kelly is that particular case you're going to compare it to. He had been talking with money for years. Same as Michael Jackson.
Nah.
Do not tell me that. They held it over him saying, do as we please.
No, man.
And then when Easy started like moving crazy, that's like, alright, cool, let me drop it. And he wheeled up the boys. Just a couple of them. There was obviously more.
No,
This is
he
hashtag
didn't.
facts, man.
No, he didn't.
Sorry, man.
I need that on a t-shirt.
The glove didn't fit, man.
Ooh,
That's
on a
what I'm saying.
beanie
He's
hat.
got to quit.
Hashtag facts.
Simple.
Get me. You
Alright,
are just
your question
you are
was
just
answered.
falling for the trick. That's what I'm saying. This is what it is. And this had a good day. This had a good day they've got. See, like this destroy and conquer and infiltrating our community and getting us to do our own work to kill our own people.
Are you
This
sure?
is what they're doing. This is how much they influenced us. This is called Brent. Is
Are you sure?
Did Michael have black kids?
Oh no, you ain't got no goddamn kids.
I thought this was real.
Are you sure you didn't
Those
see?
not his kids.
He adopted
Yeah, what do you mean
them, man.
precisely?
He wasn't even doing fake black kids.
What's that got to do with anything?
It's important for me. He's not putting the black community. He's not, when he went over to the white
It's
side.
true.
he
Madonna's
stayed
got
over
more
there.
black kids than
He
Michael
stayed
Jackson
over
does.
there.
That's why.
They're saying, you know what, you'll do our dirty work for us.
To be
You'll
honest,
flog your own
he
people
didn't fill
for
it with
us.
black
exactly.
boys. He didn't fill it with the white one. So maybe that's a.
Michael Jackson had vitiligo. Please relax.
Yeah, man. Let's be
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he had vitiligo.
You couldn't have you couldn't have said that. You couldn't have said that with a straight face. You couldn't even finish the sentence.
All right, so we answered your question. Now it's time for us to go.
Goodbye.
Bye.